All right. Whoa, that was a cat. A cat starting it out for us. Awesome.
Woo!
Well,
Yep.
First cheer of the session.
first cheer of
Yeah.
the session. Well, if you're watching this stream, thanks so much for the Nameless Fellowship.
Woo! Woo
Woo!
woo!
And yeah, session 47 is where we're at currently with the
Almost to
game.
session
So
50.
yeah, we're almost there. We're just ticking them off one by one. So recap wise, right, we had spent some time in the fine city of Alathan, the large port city on the east side of Cedric Bay. You had went about separate ways in kind of this week span after getting some kind of going through lore and blacksmith and right other sorts of things, and really just having some downtime to take into yourselves before you decided that you were going to venture off into the next thing. One of the things that happened before we got into that week was kind of an introduction to the Golden Hand. And that was done upon chasing, or not chasing, I should say, but confronting maybe them, or warning them, right, Heavy Heart, about, hey, look, there is something going on. And they didn't really care about that, right? Nameless, which we now know the name of, ironically, but they did not care. And Nameless had a very keen eye. Again, didn't have any eyes. Uh, keen feeling towards the chosen, in a way, and was trying to like tell you about the Black Rat, which was the ship of Captain Morgan, and that to the Isle of the Blessed and to Felgim would you find answers, and really trying to guide you to get to this ship and to use it potentially of transport to get to the Isle. Now, one of the concepts that, or one of the things I should state that happened that I didn't really elaborate in the lore because I didn't really bring that up into the large posting, but is the timeline of when Nameless was brought onto the crew of the Black Rat, and that concept of time and how it relates to everything in terms of the war, in terms of Damodar. So there are these parallels that are happening. I'm sure you're able to extrapolate that yourself, so I won't fully recap that. But just stating that Nameless came upon the Black Rat and the Golden Hand crew here at a very interesting time. So you all are on currently a sloop. As far as the ship itself has a specific name, and you're able to get that rented out. Bertha is the name of the ship. You're able to get that rented out from Relv Gobblesmack, Relv Ship and Co., which is kind of the private constructor of ships and has some ties, it looks like, to the Golden Hand, making specific ships for them. But you are currently on this ship after taking off, and you're headed into the direction of the marshes to Jinrala, right? Because that's what we settled on.
Yep.
Now, we're going to go right onto the map. So you can kind of see a little bit more of I have a tile scrolling module now and other things. This is going to kind of look a little bit cool, so you can actually see the size of the ship and everything like that. It's kind of to show it off, but also just set some of the ambiance of when you're on this voyage. It's not going to be a straight shot. We're going to get there in a day or anything like that. This is also because the wind is not particularly too favorable when you're actually going in this direction. Usually the wind's blowing from west to east, and so you're kind of having to keel off a little bit, go into the headwind, kind of keel. So you're kind of having to go a little bit back and forth, clinging to the coastline on the east side here, the rocky kind of bluffs and the rolling hills and things, and then the swamp then begins to kind of form. So we've just headed out on this day. Again, just giving you kind of an eyesight of what the boat looks like and things. And really, we're going to get into potentially what we're going to be doing during this time. And if there's anything anybody wants to do as far as working on sailing, right techniques, as you're all working together in this endeavor. If there's anything anybody wants to do before we reach our destination.
It's so fun that the water moves.
This is really cool, though. That's what they say.
Yeah, this is fun.
This isn't a rough sea, right? This is kind of a calm inland or close to shore.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're not in a rough sea. You're not in the You're not in the heart of the bay. You have your you're working the masts, right? You can the rope, the rigging, and everything. So you have the rigging rounds and the sails luffing, and you have some spray on the bow. But you're not being completely bashed by rain. In fact, it's not actually raining at this point. It was raining back there, and then the rain's kind of moving. You're almost like outrunning the rain a little bit, right? So you have maybe like a light drizzle every now and then eventually it will encompass you.
I'm
But
gonna run out
right,
to the front of the boat and sit down.
I'm
Okay.
going to throw up.
Yeah, that tracks.
Like
How do
I'm
I-
not used to the ocean. I don't think I've ever gone on a boat that's gone this fast. I'm gonna go.
I'm keeping an eye for anything that could destroy the ship as well.
How do I unsnap from the grid again?
Shift.
Is
Yeah,
it shift?
Yeah, so you should be able to hold down.
It just yells at me. It looks like I have echolocation.
Yeah, so pick your token up and then hold down shift and then let it
Okay.
go.
She sings.
There is a module that it doesn't really work, but if you right click your token, you should see at the bottom right there should be like kind of like a 4-quadrant square. Technically, if that's off, you should not be snapping, but I have not actually had that working. So I'd imagine
Fair enough.
I'm going to probably say it's not ready for Foundry version 10, especially with the dragon rules that we're using. So it's just, but conventional method only on shift works.
Fair.
Last time I was on a boat, it got destroyed by
Little bit.
a bear.
A little bit. A
Oh,
little bit of a
I'm
crack.
gonna keep an eye out to make sure
Yeah.
it doesn't happen again.
What if it doesn't come from in front of the boat?
You're
Okay.
right. I should just get to the top, but I'm
Well,
gonna
then,
trust some. I'm gonna trust somebody has the back.
Well, he's gonna.
Gilga's
Hopefully,
puking
Gilga's.
there, so.
Stop it! You're chumming the waters.
I can't. You.
Gonna have to get you a bucket or something.
The sea is my bucket. Apparently, I'm just hurling out there. No one's helping me out. I see how it is.
What?
How
How
are
am
we
I going
supposed
to
to
help
help
you?
you? Do you
hurl?
want us to
Oh,
rub
do we
your
hold
back?
hair?
Yeah.
You have no hair. What? You have like short hair. I'm not holding that.
Yeah, I'm not rubbing your back. You're
Yeah,
jerking too
are you
hard.
rubbing my back. Oh, that's okay. Now that just made it weird. I didn't think of it like that. I don't even think Yoga thought of it like that.
What?
I'm not
No,
your
you're-
mom either. I'm not going to pat your back while you
You
throw
want me
up
to
on
bring
the
you
back of
crackers
the
and
ship.
ginger ale?
Yeah, I'm driving the whole. I'm sailing the ship, so I'm a little busy. You could probably just puke. That's fine.
All right.
So Naira and your expertise here on the ship, again, no checks needed for the rest of the crew. You're able to kind of yell out what needs to be done. In fact, again, the weather is favorable conditions. The wind's not favorable.
Yeah.
The weather is, right? And so you're not having to have checks or anything be made, so everything's kind of calm. You're just moving. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Captain Ron, right? But we got to get some Batuidum in here. No one's seen that movie. Okay, never mind. So the sloop here is like 60 to 65 feet. You have a bowsprit that goes over, and then the bowsprit itself kind of goes into another sail, right, and other things. So you definitely have a lot of power to the ship in a very small size. Then you have a underdwelling, which has a little bit of kind of not a captain's quarters per se, but it can have like a map table down there, or chests, or storage, and anything you want kind of on the back, stern, underneath where the navigation area is and the helm is, right? And then there's another staircase that goes from that, just underneath the helm, down again to under the deck. And there is a cargo hold, right? So there's a space you can open those. Where Heavy Heart's token is, you can actually open those up, right? And then you can have access to the cargo hold. The ship is not filled with anything besides some bags of sand, right? They've actually kind of leave them down there almost permanently if the ship is not being used. If the ship is just going to be used for like kind of fishing, joy, kind of sailing, and other things that might be done with it. So you want to make sure there's some weight down there. And then in that kind of middle area, like that middle deck underneath the helm, there isn't anything. There's no tables, there's no chest. It's all kind of void of things, and that's just how it is. right? It's kind of there. A couple chests over by you, Gilga, at the back end of the helm. Those have extra kind of pulleys and rigging and rope, and any other sorts of supplies that you would need as far as repairing the ship quickly. But there's not much, right? It's very lean. The ship is not made to go out into the open sea. It's expected to return back to its port relatively within 2 weeks' time. There is a crow's nest as well. Got that?
Anything to help with a poor soul vomiting over the back of the deck.
Varys, you still want to learn how to sail this thing?
I mean, it seems pretty simple.
It sure is.
How are we gonna get the boat back?
Gilgad
I
help you, but I mean, it'd only be temporary. You'd probably be thrown up again in a few minutes after I did anything. So, sorry, lad. You just have to learn what it's like to be out on the water.
Yeah, just let your body adjust to it. It's fine.
If we're going to Fort Farron after this to get our stuff and take our stuff wherever we're going, how are we gonna get the boat back?
We can just hire somebody at Fort Farron to bring it back.
Oh, I never thought of that one. Well,
We're abandoning it.
such as I didn't occur to me that we had to bring it back.
We're the wind beneath its wings, and we're gonna just drop it somewhere.
It's our boat now. Are we pirating the pirate ship?
I mean, at that
Not
point, we might
quite.
as well just meet them. But we got plans.
Yeah, things to do.
Plus, they'll be back. We can honestly catch them next time if we really need to. I'm honestly a little tired of hearing of this prophecy without much elaboration.
Was that the point of finding Master Porrig?
I'm hoping he has some actual information on the well, honestly. Just the well.
You got it.
The Black Rat, offered to take us to where the well is, but we didn't want to go there.
Yeah, but that little
I mean-
bastard had the water from the well, so.
All right, point.
I mean, the last time you touched the water, you killed the sun tree.
I didn't touch the water.
Kill it. I
No one
wish we had
touched it.
killed it.
And
So,
no,
I mean,
we're not
you
going to
figured
kill the
you-
sun tree.
You might want to do a little research before,
Yeah.
what if you track some unholy droplets back into the tree's domain and it kills it again?
One, you might want to decide, to find out more about what you're buying before you spend, five figures of gold.
I was
on
on team. I was on team. Let her drink it. By the way,
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, that would have got
Gilga.
over like a fart in church.
Yeah, it
But
was,
the tree
it was
wouldn't have done
Gilga, Wingsong, and Nyera who bought the
I
water.
honestly don't remember how much money I put into it. It does not keep me up.
It was mostly Wingsong's funds. You guys,
Yeah.
you and Gilga probably put in like
$2,000.
3,000, 2,000 each, somewhere around there.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So
could
it
die.
wasn't that much money.
We could literally die any day. That's fine.
We could die. It's not a big deal.
I mean, we probably won't. We're pretty good at this, but I'm just saying.
Just a wee bit what's the word I'm looking for? A wee bit caution, perhaps, before you go just randomly buying things because someone talks it up enough.
That's Wingsong's problem, and he seems to be out of it right now.
He's puking on the other side of the ship.
I mean,
Yeah.
didn't you
Yeah.
buy your amulet?
He's
'cause someone
puking
talked
with
it up?
me.
It just seems like good sales tactics. Talk an item up.
Yeah, I will say most things that I've decided to buy have been talked up successfully.
From what I could tell, they were very convincing. But that's why we're not going to the well first, because we don't know what we're doing with it. So you turn that one back around on him.
Unless our plan's to kill the sun tree, then I say we go to the well, we get a bunch of that water, we go back to the tree.
Yeah, it did seem
Man.
pretty effective.
For a talking magical tree, it sure didn't talk, or it would seem very magical to me.
Yeah, I will say the tree that talked to me was the one in the woods, and I 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
To be honest.
If we could kill that
better.
one, that would be pretty great, honestly.
I mean, we killed one of them.
Well, that was a
Or
different
we
one.
did kill a talking tree in the woods.
Yeah.
That
That's
tree.
great. Especially when it fell on you.
I think we did that tree a favor when we did that.
Oh, I'm not here
I
to
hate
say
to
if
say
it
it.
was right or wrong. I'm just here to point out a fact. We killed a giant tree.
And I'm willing to be the conscience for the group and say that it was a necessary thing to be done.
So, will it also be necessary when we do the rest of the trees?
No, there will be certain trees that I think we should leave alone. Like again, my friend the sun tree is off limits.
Well, he's
Well, they're
your
not in
friend,
the
but I
they're
think
not
he's
in
a
the
lot of
marsh.
other people's not friends.
Well, okay, that's true.
I mean, it just seemed like a tree.
I'm gonna turn on a rain special effect. I do
Ooh.
this might lag you out because the map is huge, so I'm gonna turn it off if I start lagging, because I most likely I think we will, but we're gonna try it out.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Now
All
it's
good?
raining. I'm throwing up. This is great.
This is
Not
just
too
what
bad.
the prophecy foretold.
And it's raining? Does God hate us?
Just you.
I'm having a great time.
I think it's
Would
just
you-
you, Gilga.
What'd you do to piss Paylor off?
I don't know, but Paylor, please stop this.
Hey, Lord doesn't make it rain or not rain. He doesn't control the weather like that.
It just
If there's
sounds like
any
you're
god
not a
that does-
believer.
No, I don't think there's a god that does that. All right,
Mr. Goldbelly said that Paylor did.
You don't think there's a single god that controls the weather even a little bit?
Is there? That's this above the table to the DM.
It's
Oh,
gotta
there
be.
is.
Sure, there is.
No,
There's
okay.
100%.
Gotta
No,
be.
there isn't.
There are no
there-
gods of weather? Well, that seems like a waste.
You don't know all the gods. You only know one.
You might want to suggest weather on the next meeting docket, because it does feel like that would be useful.
Actually, you know what? That actually leads me to a general question I have for you, Thoughtfig.
Yes, what is that, Paz?
How did you end up following Paylor as opposed to any other cool god?
That's a rather interesting question, lad.
Like, was it like the first one? Were there a bunch? Did you drift around? Was it just like, no, this one fits good? Or is it like a traditional family thing?
Well, no, the rest of my family worships a regular dwarven god. I am what you'd call an outlier. And well, we dwarves are long-lived. We see, other races, folks like, humans primarily, when they go about their business for the short time and they pass on, you learn there's a certain cycle to things. People come, people go, it just happens. Well, like the seasons, stuff grows in the spring, we harvest it in the summer and fall, and then the winter comes and everything lies dormant for a while. And then spring comes again and it grows and comes back. And well, that's basically what Pelor is all about. The god of the harvest. The harvest that comes in a cycle each year. And I saw that that's mainly how it applies to sort of, life itself. Everything's born, has a time to live, and then its time goes away.
You've
When they
brought
came
multiple
around,
people back from the dead.
we'll get to that, lad. Give me a moment.
Just can't believe
I
that your
I
town's
understand where you're
version of
coming from.
Footloose.
I understand where you're coming from, lad. All right. So anyway, the priest, some folks at Pelor came through our city, and I thought, hey, they sound like good people. So I followed them back to Balder, spent my time there, became a priest, learned what it was all about. And I've been, doing it for Pelor ever since. Now,
you've been
Varys, I know what you're saying. People look like they've been dead. Why? Why filthy? Why just step in and bring them back? And normally, I would agree with you. When things die, they die, and should be allowed to. But ever since I ran into you folks, I've been getting signals that maybe sometimes, maybe that's not always the case. That maybe sometimes when someone passes or something happens, it's not really the way it should be. Now, I could be wrong, but nothing's really come around to say, hey, Thorthing, you shouldn't have done that. So until that happens, I'm kind of like just going on my gut.
And
a lot
just to
of
be
advice
clear,
in there.
I like you using the diamonds and doing the JK death thing, but like isn't that like a god choice whether or not it's someone's supposed to be dead?
See, now here's the funny thing about it. Because we have more than one god out there, we can't, there's really no one god per se that gets to decide that, because then which god makes that decision?
I would pick whichever one can control the weather, honestly.
But I mean, really, I think if one god tried to say, like, yeah, I'm going to be the one that decides when people live and die, I think the other gods are going to kind of want us to have some say in that. So they try to keep their hands off it and just let it happen as it is. Now, of course, where a person's soul goes after they die, I think the gods kind of like try and influence that. But as far as when it come and go here on the material plane, nah, nah, they don't involve themselves.
It's not for me.
I
So I do have a question. If we pray to the weather god right now, would things turn better out for us?
You could try. I
What
cannot say it'll happen.
what weather god?
I don't know. We were talking about weather, so I'm
No,
assuming you have one in mind.
Are
no,
you
we
not
established that there wasn't.
I mean, there has to be, right?
No, not everything is controlled by the gods.
I'm
I
gonna
would
be
as-
honest.
Most
I'm new
gods
to this
don't
religious
answer
thing.
most of their prayers.
it honestly seems like most things are not related to the gods or controlled by or involved in any
What
way.
if they are?
They only intervene when it benefits.
So the gods only intervene when they feel like it.
Well, they certainly did not care when the last boat we had was taken by a kraken, so
I have a
fingers
question.
crossed on this one.
Doesn't that sound like people to you? That sounds like what normal people do. They don't get involved if it gets too much. I mean,
All we
It's because they're
do is, as a group, is get involved.
I think he's talking about regular everyday citizens compared to us. Most people don't seem to care about anything outside of their everyday lives.
Hmm.
maybe if they did, the world would be better or
Oh,
worse. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna throw myself off this ship.
We need you.
I'm gonna
That's
take my
true,
hands
though.
off the wheel if we
I
keep
can't
doing
see over
this.
the wheel if I have to drive.
So
No.
throughout this conversation, I'm just kind of advancing time. To much of your surprise here, it's actually not going to take an entirely long time. Concept. You're actually making about 7 knots, which translates roughly to about 14 and a half hours for the 100 or so miles that you have to go to get to the river delta where the bay reaches the river marsh. So, depending on that, you will actually reach this inside of the marsh during the night. So, you might kind of slow down a little bit, maybe take your time, and you could aim to get a good long rest and go first light. Maybe even anchor down or make port before you reach the fog that drifts from the marsh outwards into the bay. So you have some decisions to make readily soon. If you need to change your course to add more time in, now would be the time.
To add more time in?
Correct. So 14 and a half hours will put you in the middle of the night.
Okay. So we could stall as well.
Essentially, you
If we
set...
if we don't want to go into the marshes while it's nighttime and get like that extended nighttime stay, we can stall out here and wait till it's daytime and then go
Well,
in.
we're going to Jinrulan, not the Martians. We'll be outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
We do have to get our stuff though.
It's just I still don't want to go to a wizard tower in the middle of the night.
yeah.
So something that's in something as far as geography is concerned, now you're getting a good look, visible range, and curvature of the world relative to like that of Venus. So it takes you have to get closer to objects, move. Right? That rotation of the world is are steep. So general law, according
is
to
flat.
from what you can see, the world is flat. See everything. You can
Hold it
see
flat.
it's on a large bluff. I mean, hundreds of feet up the rock. So the bay is actually encompassed by that rock and the things. The river delta and the marsh is a flow flat land. And then that rock face sits on the left side, and then it slowly begins to kind of die down. So in order for your ship to actually get to Jinrala, you have to put yourself into the rivers, making port there, and then begin your hike up the bluffscape to get to the actual place. You can't land right there at the edge of the bay where it marks it on the world map, because that's like hundreds of feet up into the air. So you could definitely try to. You can port and scale it. That's what you are aimed to do.
I was about to say, you're questioning us on our ability to scale?
I was
Sir,
gonna
I'm
say,
a
I mean,
monk
scale a
and we
cliff.
have haste.
I mean, you could always do it if you want to. That's not gonna. I mean, but think about also in the concept. You know, maybe even Naira can think about this, like how bad the weather will be at the mouth of the bay. Putting your ship, port your ship right up on rough rocks and sea. You know, your ship most likely is not going to be there.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I'll stall us out so we can get. Not that I really think at this point we care how dark it is, but I'll
Okay.
stall us out until daybreak and smooth water to port.
Okay. That's how
Just because, so it signed a contract.
Oh.
When did Sue sign a contract?
I signed a contract to take this boat and return it in one piece.
And
Oh, you actually signed. Oh my
we
god.
sure did.
Oh,
And
I thought we were
just
talking about the
only
other
because you're a minor, I will stall out until it's daybreak, and I will
You know,
dock in calm water.
that's
I find
another
it-
thing, right?
I find it funny that like morals here just seem to be out the window. It's like we're taking
Who's
somebody
gonna
else's
who's
ship.
gonna let this cat child sign?
Not only taking someone else's ship, but you're gonna try to take this
I don't
ship,
know
which
why
is
they-
not a river galley, and you're gonna try to take it up a river.
Guess
To
who's
port
here?
I believe in her. I
We're gonna-
believe in Naira.
We're gonna get to that crossroad.
I mean,
We'll get to that.
I
It's
believe
not.
in her.
It's not
I had thought-
impossible, but
I had
it's gonna
thought of
become.
it, but
It's gonna become
I-
quite impossible to like keel out like that in a river. Being bashed, your ship's gonna topple.
We should have gotten a
It's like-
Viking longship. They're the best ships.
I didn't sign this contract. All I said is that I can, in fact, get us via a water vehicle to this
Didn't we?
location.
Wasn't the original thing for a smaller ship?
It was for a
it
dinghy.
was.
It was for a dinghy.
was
It
for a
oars and
dinghy,
everything.
and-
Intimidated our way into a better ship.
Yeah,
I
Thotha was like, "Fuck that shit, we're getting a better ship." And I was
I-
like, "That's not gonna work because it's gonna be too big for the river." But you know what? Fine.
I
We should have gotten
post
both.
Kraken attack got us in a dinghy to Hirak, so I was fine with the piece of crap we were originally gonna have.
Okay, guys.
See, Thotha wasn't there for
have-
that, so
I have returned.
We missed you so much.
congratulations.
I
Again,
believe that we won't get this boat stuck at all.
again, we'll see what happens. I think we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm perfect.
If you
we're
don't care
gonna-
about your
no pun
contract,
intended.
I'll run us right up on that
We're,
shore.
we're gonna beach
Oh
this.
my
I'm
fucking
trying.
god!
I'm
Do
trying to
you
be.
not have? Do you not have morals?
First of
like-
all, rude because I literally said I was looking out for you when I was going to dock it.
Yeah, but like
Secondly-
you only care. You only seem to care about those close to you. You don't seem to care about anything else.
Nothing
We're in
else
the-
has looked out for me thus far, and
But why would you go out of your way to fuck over somebody who?
how am I
didn't-
going out of
hasn't-
my way?
You just
what
said you will
way?
gladly just run this ship aground.
If you're gonna be a little shit, I sure will. I said I was gonna dock it just fine, and
not
you
everyone
decided
has
that
to
today
have
you had your
morals, you know?
hot brown morning
Morals are
juice
like
and you were
a
gonna throw a
question.
stink. I don't know why. At no point did I say fuck the ship. Let's just crash it.
Did you? You just said. Literally, you just
Just
said.
now I said
if
if
it
you're gonna
comes-
be an ass, then I will absolutely crash this ship right now.
No,
That
you
was
said
entirely
that-
dependent on you and
No.
your consistently shit attitude. I don't know
Ruining the
if it's just
relationship.
puberty.
Wow.
I don't know
It
if it's
really
just
went
puberty,
there.
but you gotta
Oh,
get
we
your
went- we
shit
went there.
together because you're very snappy. And you've been snapping at everyone, and I get it, the
know,
daddy
I think he
issues
just
and the
needs a
like
nap.
double like
The daddy
rescindence of
issues.
powers. But what do you mean, what daddy issues?
No, I just said
Oh,
daddy
the
issues,
daddy
like
issues.
daddy issues.
You
Lol,
gotta-
you went there.
You went
You
there.
gotta learn to take a breath because it's a lot, and I won't turn the ship around, but I will crash it if you keep this up because you've got strong feelings about everyone else's morals, Mister. I was born of evil, but I can't remember it. You need to relax.
While we're airing laundry, may I also remind you that we made a promise to the one lady in the tree to bring back part of the stone Gilliga has?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, did she really need it?
I mean, I agree. I don't want to go back unless we kill her.
I
'Cause
think they
wanna-
have
I want to
cooties.
burn her tree down.
Wait, what? We're going to
Right.
murder her?
I mean, if you remember, like, y'all made a deal to get the piece of the black stone that you have.
No, yeah,
from-
I remember that, but we're going to murder her?
Well, I am.
What does
did that?
killer have to do with it?
I mean, I'm just
Probably
saying that
clean the tree.
you're talking about morals and stuff. You promised to bring it back, and
Alright,
That's-
so at some point we'll need to do that. I mean, I'm sure if it takes us just a wee bit of time to do that, they'll understand.
I mean,
time is a kind of a funny thing there already, you know?
I want to
Unless
burn
they're
the tree to
barely
the
listening
ground
at this point. Again, why do
Well,
you want to do that? What is
because,
the
I
point?
mean,
That's not
she's clearly bad, right?
based on what evidence do you say that?
I mean, she's clearly bad.
No, Paz, I'm
Talking
gonna
Varys-
hold you to this
Varys will
this
back
time,
me up.
Paz.
I just don't like talking trees.
See, there you go. Chocolate
That
cheese is bad.
is equally
See, that's-
flimsy as a reason as quote unquote she's bad.
Yeah.
All right, I
I
need
mean,
I
do
need
you need
something.
a reason?
So yes, I need to know something. Did she like flip off a box of kittens?
Probably.
Did she spit at
It
a
sounded like she
toddler?
would.
Did she speak some ill about like some member of your family?
Why are we like drawing morals with a Crayola crayon box? It's like, oh, are you flipping kittens? Did you sign a contract?
Well, you see, I'm doing something called going to an equal extreme, where I'm making a ridiculous reason for doing this course of action as equally as crazy as what Paz and Varys are suggesting. See, I'm trying to make them see that they don't really have a solid foundation for the decision they're making.
I haven't made
mean,
any
you-
decision
Varys
yet.
just says
You
he
don't have-
doesn't like
okay,
talking
that's
Yeah,
fair.
trees.
Varys
I
says I
mean,
made a decision.
You
To
don't have
be
to be involved in
fair-
it. It's fine. I'm just letting you know.
Well, you see that there may come a point where like I really don't like the decision you're making, and I may feel the need to intervene.
I'm not afraid.
It's not
I'm
about
not
fear,
afraid.
lad. It's just more a matter of I just don't want to let it happen.
Well, I'm just letting you know that this is an intent that I have.
Well, I think we kind of need to talk more on it.
I
The
don't
easy
think that's
answer
gonna
is
happen.
just don't take paths back to that place.
Right? Is he gonna go on
That's
his own?
certainly an option.
It doesn't matter because first we have to, I don't know, save the world, something none of us asked to do, and then we're handed as a job slip. I was minding my business before all of this.
I had a job.
As was
Right.
I.
Still have a job.
Yeah, we still have a job.
We.
I mean, we're on the same. We're doing the same thing.
Yeah, but that's not your job. That's because you need to follow him.
Which is that not my job?
No, some weird desire in your mind.
Sounds like a job to me.
No.
So
I
how
mean,
long
do
have
I
we been-
not get good services in exchange for doing my task?
I have a question. Are we just going to be doing this for 14 hours? Just wondering because
Pretty
I feel
much.
like we
You
could.
didn't
I
just
though what I need
World-
you to understand is that we could do this forever because I will just tie us at an angle and we will circle.
Jesus. Okay. Damn.
I mean, we do it long enough. Most everyone on the boat will just die from old age, and we'll be
I'm
fine.
fine with that at this point, in this exact moment. So did you
Dire
want me to
thoughts,
take the
though.
boat back now? I can turn it around now. You signed a contract with a man knowing that our journey is an arrow and not a circle, so would you like me to
I
go
mean,
bring the boat back?
It's also terribly irresponsible if to
Well,
sign
Why
a
would he sign?
contract with
Why would he
someone.
let a child sign it? Also, he implied that you and I were a couple, and you are clearly like 2 feet shorter than me. So
Wow, wow,
Well,
that's
we
the
could
standard,
hire
huh?
someone to send it back for us,
Really
or
shouldn't. Oh, guys.
we could just go back to the city to visit for a
Girl.
little bit. You know, I don't mind.
Is
I
that the
might.
standard? It's like,
No, it's the clear age difference, not just the height.
I mean, I'm older. I mean, I'm older than you, and I'm shorter than you.
Yeah, but you look old.
Damn.
Like you're small,
How's-
but you look
Mm.
old. You know, I
What
can
are you
see it in
trying to
your
Wow.
eyes.
say?
I mean, I'm just saying.
It just
like,
feels like you're
it's pretty
checking.
rude.
It
Like,
just feels like you're checking in. Are you checking
height,
in?
height doesn't equate to, you know,
Age, no,
Age.
but he looks like a child too.
Yes.
that's very true. But she didn't. She didn't
If it
mention
looks
that. She
and
mentioned the
talks
height.
like a child, I'm pretty sure it is one. Although to be fair, so we can't say for sure.
True, he could be
Yeah.
thousands of years old in like just a
Yeah.
really young body.
Yeah, this could be all personality and not hormones. We can't
Curious
say for
about
sure.
Yeah.
how that
yeah,
works, but you know,
Yeah, that's completely on. That's
He
completely
passes a
true.
perfect example of that.
we'll have to ask Daddy after I kill him and take his scythe.
I mean, so long
that
as
your
the
job?
congruence is closed, we won't ever have. to
No,
deal with
that's
most of
your
this.
definition of a job. I just kind of want to.
Oh, I'm confused.
I think we're all confused too.
Currently, my job is finding your leader.
Yeah. So yeah, we have the
literally
same
my
job.
No, your job. You were a
Is to find
wool crafter and a
leader.
gardener.
is to find the leader.
Nobody's doing anything for you to find the leader. You chose that path.
I will be rewarded with good services. Is that not the definition of a job?
I don't think you will be rewarded with goods.
I think I will.
A good
To be fair, he thinks
time.
turnips are good, so
They are.
I mean,
you made some pretty good soup, I'm gonna be honest.
Really, the secret is water.
Yeah, I sensed
Good
that.
water.
Oh, we're
Seasoning, actually.
I would love some seasoning. One good thing about getting out of Iraq is there was actually seasoning in the last 2 places.
I mean, the one guy had fruit. Like he had pineapple and weird crap.
That's true.
oh yeah, we never did get you your chocolate.
It's like giving up on it.
Things got complicated.
things got
I mean, we were there for a week. Could have gotten it at some point.
You'd think.
Yeah, I stopped
Busy
caring after the
literally
first
following
night.
me around every-
It was more of a whimsy than it was like a.
I heard people talking, and then it's,
So said, I will ask you one more time. Where would you like me to put the boat? And if you don't answer in a way that is respectful, I will park it in a very specific place. I promise.
Nyara like steaming in the rain?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
She's
that's what I'm
like-
wondering.
It's like
Sizzle and come off.
sizzling. She's
Yeah.
smiling, but it's
Being
not
cut
in
off.
her eyes.
Yeah.
Barris is just leaning on the like railing. And,
Yeah. Ralphing. Just
I
a
would just
trail
like
of
to mention
vomit.
that, like,
going
throughout
away
this
from the ship.
entire thing that you guys have been doing, I've probably just been sitting down somewhere going
We
through my
assumed you were
notes.
throwing up. You were going through your notes in the rain.
I would assume you would be
Well, I
below.
imagine that there's like an underneath the rain area, you know, like
You missed the description of the
quarters.
boat.
Yeah.
So Happy currently weeks on you're currently on a sloop. Sloop is a decent vessel, right? It is bay worthy. You can go into sea, it just cannot go into ocean, right? Was what it was described by Relv back. So there is an underdwelling underneath the navigation area here, and then there's another staircase that goes into the bottom deck. So there's like a top, middle, back end, and then a bottom kind of hole underneath it. So currently your token is standing up on like the double wooden doors that would open up to the cargo hold. So you can simply just go down these stairs and get undercover.
Well, you know what? I just imagine that I'm down those stairs in the navigation room, you know, with my notes, reading.
It's awful quiet up here, despite all of the frustration.
He spent a week reading, and he's still down there reading.
I'm also really sick.
Yeah. The voice cracking for me.
Yeah, I'm sickies. But yeah, I'm just gonna be reading my notes down there. You guys need me? I'll be down there. Okay.
You have fun, bud. You read those notes. See what you find.
Michael, I got a question though. Azkuk and Zalrog are the same thing, right?
Azkuk and Zalrog?
Yeah.
No, they are two different things.
Okay, they're like two different dragons.
Correct. One is
Okay.
gold and the other one is bronze.
Yeah, it helps
Okay.
that they have entirely different names and
Well, I couldn't tell because like in the sentences it's kind of written that like it sounds like Zalrog's also known as Azkuk, but I didn't know.
They are
That's what I
both
asked.
known as protectors to human races.
Okay. Yeah,
Is
I'm
that 'cause
reading
they're
through it all
shiny?
right now just to review it, everything. So
We tend towards good alignments.
I mean, how much do you, Nair, you stated you didn't want to know anything about the lore, so you yourself didn't even know. So how much do you want me to tell you?
I want to know about I want to know about dragons. I feel like that's relevant to the Knight of Burr, but I feel like the great severing and devouring and stuff I feel like probably would go over her head.
well, this is more just about like, you know, the history of the chosen ones and how they came to be.
Chosen one lore, like specific like origin type stuff and like which dragons are and are not encouraged to be stabbed is probably relevant to her.
Nair, since you're the one with actual knowledge of how to run a ship, I will leave where the ship is docked to you, because it's not within my purview to understand.
It's a very diplomatic answer for someone with such strong opinions.
I feel like you should just run the rocks.
Please don't.
Don't
I
do
would
that.
very much like to get it back in one piece when we are done with it.
There it is. I just want to know where you think is morally best to put this ship.
Well, wherever it's not going to get destroyed, really.
What a choke. Just stop being passive and
Just
so bad.
like I said, she's gonna circle till day and then park it nice and safe.
That's
Tony,
Thunder
that's
part of
that's
that rain smell?
that's Thought and Thunder. Yep.
Okay. So make sure that's what I was hearing.
It's just Gilga.
Hey, you know,
I've been
He's
changing
just
the
having
I've been
fun.
changing the volumes of it, so sometimes it'll sound distant, sometimes it'll sound really close.
That's very
That's the first
confusing
I've
for how
actually heard it.
storms work.
You've
It's
never
just
been
getting
in a
quiet
Texas
and
storm.
louder and quiet and louder. It just pass through in like quiet, loud,
Like,
loud,
goes
loud,
back.
quiet, quiet, quiet.
Not for
Lots
lightning.
of small little storms. Yeah, or
Mm.
lightning, depending on the distance.
right? So lightning striking at different places across the bay right now. So that's what's creating the difference of thunder sound.
Ah, okay.
We can fast track this anyway. That's why I'm just
Yeah,
letting you all
yeah,
enjoy.
yeah.
I think we're letting
That would
Kat
be good.
figure that out.
I am currently showing Varys how to do this.
Varys is paying attention
Hmm.
while he
Hey,
spoke.
Yes, while we spoke in the rain.
One more question. One more question. Where is Olara on Opheria?
Olara constitutes the Gorn Valley and the Crystal Desert. It once was, in what the lore states, once was a singular region. But the
Okay,
actual
and then-
battle between Askuk and Barry Thune had formed mountains.
The Gorn Pass.
No,
or the
it
mountains?
formed literally a giant mountain range.
Okay, so the mountain
Between
range that we see on the map
split.
is the mountain range it's referring to.
The mountain range that I'm going to circle it for you. I'll freehand it here. This mountain range was formed by their battle.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm just being the lore keeper here.
Hmm.
It is
It
literally a
almost really
job
paid off.
as the College of Lore Bard.
Oh my god, it is. I just realized.
It's your job.
He just figured out
Yeah.
his
Whole
job.
thing.
The
You
College
realize
of
you're
Lore
so class.
Bard went to a library and is rewarded with 7 pages of lore. Oh my
You guys
gosh!
don't realize
Yeah.
how much.
Who could
how
have
much is in
imagined?
this. Like,
You mean
I'm
it's not to run into the
flabbergasted.
center of danger and kick
Yeah,
mud
like-
and shoot an arrow?
yeah, like so over here has like maybe, 4 sections. I'm over here with like 7 pages of things I have to read. And I'm like trying to put it on the map, like where everything is, because it's mentioning everything in Artheria that's happened. I'm like, where is this on the map?
Yeah. Yeah.
Although
It
if there was
takes
going to be
real work
money
from-
bet on who was going to retain it, it might be Soot.
I'm actually really good at retaining knowledge.
I believe you.
Gotcha.
He just doesn't have the wisdom to make accurate and smart decisions on the spot.
There you go. That's the
Ding.
part. I'm not good at
panic.
impulsive. I'm very impulsive.
You?
Yeah.
Would have thought.
Do you not wanna
Impulsive
see my
without the
bank
skills to
account?
back it up.
No.
Okay, well, you guys keep doing your thing until we actually have to get back onto the track. I'm gonna be reading this.
You got this. Study hard.
I am. I'm halfway
Now,
done.
now you sound like a mom. Steady
Go
hard.
back to throwing up.
I'm,
just,
I'm like
just
halfway
few.
done reading this right now.
You got this. All right, we can fast track it. I just wanted to note, since with the giant, the time frame was part of learning the language, and I'm showing Varys how to navigate.
Yes. Yeah. No, like I said, is if pretty much if you're not going to be doing anything else during this journey, right? You will gain proficiency in naval vehicles.
Yeah, I'll even drink my smart potion.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be probably by the time you port, but if you decide you're gonna try to get full fare to this boat, oh yeah, for sure you're gonna get some proficiency, or even just heading back to Alathan to give it back to Relv, or just maybe even leaving it up by Norfolk, right? Just taking it up that wide river section and then saying, hey, we've gone far enough, we'll just leave it here. We're outside of the marshes, and it should be safe enough. Who knows? So, but you will. You're working on the progress. That's how it works, right? Getting the downtime. This is a downtime activity. So we'll go ahead and fast track that. Let's just kind of progress through. If anyone wants, they can take a long rest in case you want to. I don't think anybody's used anything per se for their characters, but you're more than welcome to do so. I'm going to go ahead and advance the time clock. You're going to probably get an error. That error still happens every time I change it to a different day. It does
It's
it every
angry.
time. Every time that I change it to a different day, it gets super angry at me.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like yells and multiple error messages.
If we're going through a change of day where we're gonna have a long rest, Thothig wants to do ascending
Okay, what are you sending to?
to the
Oh, yeah.
sun tree. I'm going to send when I learned about the amulet, there was mention of a chalice.
Question mark.
Do no, there's more. Do you know where it is? So that's like 17.
Get an answer back here. Nope, I don't.
Love this stupid tree. I hate this tree.
You love this
I love
tree.
and
You
hate
hate
this
this
tree.
tree.
Yeah.
I love and hate this tree so much.
I sure
don't
hope you
know
find
nothing.
it, though. A lot of people
Then
been
we'll-
after that thing.
Okay. Then one more sending. Where was the last place you knew it was?
The last people to have had it were called the first people. I have no idea where it went.
Love this dumb tree.
At it.
All right.
Oh, work cut out for us. That's
Okay.
pathetic to himself.
And I'm over here just like listening to him. It's a great conversation you guys are having.
I just feel like there's a couple of us that keep being like, I feel like gods are dumb, and then this tree is like, nope, don't know
Yeah.
shit.
It's just a tree.
It's just a tree.
It
God,
is
I'm
just
dumb.
a tree, to be honest. Like it is. It's not a god.
It's just Paylor's goodest boy.
It's a
Funny
good boy.
tree.
It's his pet tree.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have you on the continent map to just kind of kind of showcase what it is. Also turn off the ambiance that we don't have like rain pouring in through talking. So you're kind of continuing to navigate the ship in a direction where you're going out into the bay, a little bit more into the headwind, right? Because you're trying to use up that time so you can get right at the cusp of the early hours of the morning, right? So right, 7:30ish a.m., right, is when you're actually going to be kind of turning the boat and now seeing the blockade. Okay, so now we're going to get into that because you've reached a period where the blockade actually is kind of, you can observe it and see it in all of its kind of glory. Before, when you were on the rocks and you were far off, 80 some odd miles, you're not going to see it, right? And even if you get closer, like 40 miles, you're still not going to see it, especially if the seas are extremely rough. So you don't want to go through the fog that's rolling out because then you're going to get disoriented. You don't know if there's rocks. There could be brambles of trees uprooted from the ground. Like there's just all sorts of hazards this boat will run into. And so you're staying outside of the fog, more towards the north side of the bay before it reaches into the river where that kind of barrier is of that fog. And then you're kind of turning the boat in a northerly direction, making for, I believe it's starboard, right? The right side. Or is that port? I always forget. And then you're kind of going in the northerly direction into the large part of that opening, right? Which I'm going to just kind of ping it on the map here, right? That's in the general direction of where you're headed. So you're kind of pulling the ship north. Now, I'm going to describe the blockade to you because it's important to know. Ever since the first session, right? If you join us for the first session, that was been described. The blockade, it was something that Captain Kilut Yan had mentioned, right? That was something that was brought up. The blockade is comprised of nearly 60 ships and is docked in the mouth of the bay, and it forms like an arc as it works itself towards the rocks on either side. They're separated enough that the sight lines are visible and that they both can see themselves on either end, and then a couple ships maybe on either end there, but they're so separated that you could easily pull a ship through, right? That's not the problem. It's not the problem. You can easily get your ship through. The problem is outrunning them because the ships all are comprised of these kind of almost like a hybrid between a frigate and a brigantine. They have like 6 different sails on them. They're very lightweight and sleek looking, and they're all equipped from what you can tell at this distance. And kind of maybe grab a scope on the nearby chest at the backdrop and some of the navigator tools that come with the ship. You can see that they are armed with grappling kind of hook, like grappling mechanisms, fire grappling hooks outwards, like kind of like grappling guns in a way. And they have ballistas, lots of them. And then this massive on the bowsprit is a massive wooden and kind of metal reinforced ram device. And so the ships are kind of almost like they're going to try to outrun you, rope you down, and then ram you. And then basically you have to board us or you're going to sink kind of deal, right? They don't have cannons, they don't have things. And so you get that really kind of idea of being like, oh, well, sure, we can go through here, but maybe not because they're going to be too fast. And then understanding that the majority, if not all, of the Talithar fleet is here. It is not down far south in the warfront. It is here. So they've used their fleet to maintain presence in the mouth of the bay. Because there's many, many miles. This mouth is huge. So now we're going to be cruising in the northern direction where we can see the fog up ahead and we can see the cliffs, right? And you kind of understand that if General is marked on the map and it's up there, that's most likely not in the fog. That actually exists outside the marshes. But again, those rocks being 200 upwards to 400 feet in height, sleek, covered in sort of algae, right? All sorts of crustaceans and just being battered through time. It's very dangerous conditions to try to get up at this point from the many miles you see it off to your northwest kind of side of the boat, right? So you're having an understanding, okay, we need to go in a little bit of ways, find a low ground to kind of pour it at where a beachhead might be, and then we can kind of get off the boat. The sloop also doesn't come equipped with any sort of tender or rowboat or any other device of kind of lowering and then getting off of that if it becomes too shallow. So either way, you're going to feel like you're going to have to swim to get off of the boat through some water environment. We're going to get to this map here because this is actually where the bay is going to meet the river marsh. And you're in the process. I've also left you can move your tokens. Just FYI, you can move your tokens anywhere you want on the ship because we've been periods since the next month. It's a new day. And we come to this because you're now in the cusp of seeing the rocky sides to your left. It's beginning to lower itself down after the past 20 minutes or so. And the fog itself is starting to kind of roll and pull itself in. And from this, you're on the lookout, right? You want to continue to keep your perceptives here and try to kind of look through. And I'm going to create a fog effect. Sometimes this gets a little too intense. We'll turn it down. And
A little too
so
intense.
Too much.
sometimes it blocks everything out. So I'll try to get it turned down if it's too much. And trying to simulate a little bit of what you're seeing, right? Your sight lines, concealment's kind of blocked. And for those that are very perceptive, in fact, most of the party is extremely passively perceptive here, is that for everyone, you can see that in the grass that's kind of moving itself outwards of the water where the bay meets the river marsh, you can see that there are figures in the shadows of the fog as they reach themselves there. Now, the ship is moving. The ship is not stopping, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and kind of create just an ambiance effect. We don't particularly have rain at the start of this day, so I'll create a kind of a bow wash of light here. Let's see, one of Mass Creeks. Turn down the Mass Creaking. It's allowed. This is really all you hear. This is nothing, except for the occasional mass kind of moving side to side and the boat kind of pulling through. You all see these figures kind of moving up in the grass, maybe poking the heads out and then kind of pulling themselves down.
Do we see any kind of discerning features when they pop their heads up?
No, nothing with your passive perceptions and discerning features with the concealment.
I think I'm gonna sort of nudge Varys and confirm that he's looking and seeing.
I'm watching.
I'm just gonna keep steering the ship.
Okay.
Fog ahead.
Okay, so you're continuing to press forward.
Yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
sure we're already in the fog.
I'm gonna go ahead and have it.
Also ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and have it paused. And now I'm going to go ahead and move the ship forward. I have a token attacher tool, but I don't want to attach yourselves to the actual thing because I don't want it to pull you along in case you want to move and stuff. So once I get you situated here, I moved you a little too far forward. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
Once I get you situated here, you can kind of move your tokens a little bit as well after this point.
I have successfully finished studying the lore.
I'm just kind of on this side of the boat, watching the figures, seeing what they're doing.
The thing
So-
studying as well.
All right, so Heavy Heart, you're looking on your side. You don't particularly see anything on the rocks on the left side there. You begin to turn yourself to the right, Varus. You're looking down, and you see one of them kind of explode out of the water, grab onto the edge of the boat with its claws, and the creature is oh so familiar, dribbling acid out of its mouth with a spear on its back as it begins to attempt to climb up on the side of the boat. I need everyone to
Are
roll
these
initiative.
fuckers from the beginning?
It's the dead lizards. It's our dead lizard friends.
What's
Is
happening,
it,
guys?
is it our dead
I'm-
lizard friends from like the beginning, or is it
It's from like when we first came to Fort Farron. They were
Oh,
part of,
okay.
they were part of
Yeah.
the, they were part of that undead
Yeah,
army.
they were lizards, weren't
Okay.
they?
Oh.
The first time?
No, they were like sea creatures or whatever.
Yeah, they weren't lizards.
It was like
What's
fuck-
happening,
fucked up
guys?
Little
I just-
Mermaid the
I
first
just
time.
finished reading the notes.
Everything's fine. We're gonna kill some things.
Fog
Roll
ahead!
initiative soon.
Oh wait, I need this. My stupid thingy is not set
Are
up.
we rolling initiative?
Wait, are we rolling?
Yeah,
initiative?
we're rolling
I need
initiative.
everyone to roll initiatives.
I did not hear a request to roll
Yeah, so it just rolled initiative, and now he's the last one because he's, he did it without being told to. So
How do I?
No, he literally said.
Oh, now
he
it's
literally
here.
said, "I need everybody to roll initiative." I heard him
I'm
say it
going
the
to
first
roll
time.
initiative.
Yeah, he
I
said
did.
it.
I heard him
Must
say it
cut
the first
out.
time.
Well, you know what? I'm still going before you because I was like more attentive
It's
than
okay,
you.
everyone.
So
It's all right. Everyone take a deep breath. It's totally cool.
Not a
No
I
worries.
competition.
rolled better than I normally
is a
do.
competition.
I want to be
You're better
honest.
than everybody.
Honestly, I just realized that
never happens.
Blast of Genius actually works on initiative. Am I correct? Because it's ability check.
I do not.
How can you
believe-
geniusly be initiative?
I-
Well, but
I
the thing
have
is,
read that initiative is a dexterity check.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. So
but
what else?
it's
I
not
mean, it
one
could,
you
but I mean,
can
it's ultimately
fail.
DM choice.
It's not one
So-
you can fail though.
So it's not about failing. It's just anyone
Right.
I see within 30 feet of me just gets that extra +5. So what I'm thinking about doing is just giving the +5 to our sneaky boy Varus because I think our damage dealer needs to do some damage quick. So if it's okay with the DM, I want to give a +5 using Blast of
Naya's going
Genius
first.
to Varus initiative.
Yeah, but she's
So-
steering the
Okay,
boat.
does more damage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Is it
that,
active?
it. So initiative is technically a dexterity ability check. You are correct. The issue that you'll have here is you're going to use up your reaction for the start of the
Yeah,
basic
I'll use my
round.
reaction.
Okay, so
I'll use my
basically
reaction for this
you're
round.
tapping into the reaction, so your reaction is going to be used up for the round, right? Until we get to use. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind that.
Okay. So you're putting +5 to Varus.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have our damage dealers up front and then the support in the back. That should make this a little easier.
What kind of universe are we in where I had the highest initiative? That's
Yeah, that's honestly.
Yeah,
really-
I know.
I'm like below a 10 on my initiatives.
That seems wrong. I know, and that Varus got a 10. I think something has gone wrong.
Something has gone wrong.
All right.
I'm not even high.
So from right from essentially, I'm lagging out for just a second. I'm coming back.
He did warn us.
Wait for it.
Love you.
Oh,
We love you, Michael.
I'm good. All right, I should be good. Okay.
I rolled in.
So is that so
It's like
weird?
a sneezing
it's,
fit.
it's so it's so straight. It's Windows 11 for sure at this point. I'm like
Classic.
100%,
For
100%.
sure.
I don't even
Probably
know how
just
you
gonna
change
have to put-
operating systems.
I'm just gonna put it back on probably Windows 10 if I have some free time during the week. Okay, so this creature is poking the hand out. Gilgy, you're able to see the creature. For the others up at the actual further of this boat, can't actually perceive that. Gilga, this creature is not stealthing into any kind at this point. It's jumping up, getting onto the banister and the railings of the back, and actually successfully with its entire movement is able to get up on top of the boat. That's a dash action to get so. As it does, it then pulls out its spear from the back as it points it upright and begins to turn right to left. The tongue kind of slithers out of it and dribbling acid. And you then see the shadows of itself beginning to move. It's going to then end its turn. Now, Paz, you have a high passive perception. You can now see another one coming through. This creature is actually swimming to the boat. This is a full dash as it's in the water swimming. I'm not going to put elevation onto the tokens at the water because then that's going to create. Just know that your boat is roughly about 20 or so to 25 feet above the water line. Okay, so it's actually pretty far up considering, buoyancies and other things. So just be aware of that. But I'm not going to put to the individuals. Another one pokes itself in the grass right here. This one then is going to move up to the boat and then is going to get to the edge and just kind of grab itself to the boat and then swims underneath it under sight. So you're able to see that, as well as Paz and grabs and then ducks underneath the actual boat. It's unclear of what's happening there. We're going to go and end turn to Night Area here. I'm going to have it unpaused.
Wow,
as
that
well.
is jarring. The sound.
What's a gong?
Hey, it's your turn.
Your turn.
A lot of suspense there. Yeah. All right. My primary focus is still on steering the ship. I'm gonna hold my action until 3 of them are in view. And the moment the 3 of them are in view, I'm going to cast, because I'm pretty sure I can do it one-handed. Whatchamacallit? I no longer.
Please don't be a fireball.
Scorching ray.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, Scorching Ray. Thank you.
Oh, thank God.
Thanks, bud. Scorching Ray.
Okay, so when you have kind of 3 in view at the back deck here, you're going to basically unleash a Scorching Ray.
3 in view in range. They don't have to be in the back deck.
Okay, they have to be in range though. Okay.
They have
good.
to be in range, and I have to be able to see them. But
See
the
them.
second I go, yep, that's 1, 2, and 3.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll hold on to that. And we're gonna end your turn there. Paz, you're up next.
So I'm going to see the one coming up, and I am going to take a moment to use Things of a Thrown Nature on him.
Okay.
And start chucking darts at this thing.
Hurl. I like it.
What?
What?
27. As you yeet it, 7 points of piercing damage. Snarls at you, licking its tongue back and forth.
I'm going to do number 2 to throw at it.
Okay. Wow, nice roll there.
Damn, it had
28.
blood.
Jeez.
Fuck 'em up,
Yeah.
fuck 'em
Max
up.
damage too. 9 points of piercing damage. Thunks into the head.
That's strong dart.
Dude, I love this blood effect.
I just like that we
Then-
can wipe off the blood. I think that's very funny.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a clear
Um,
blood function.
If your
The one
string
that
is
looks
too
like a
bloody,
drop.
And then
you can clear blood.
debating, but I'm going to anyway. I'm going to hop off the boat on top of it and use my bonus action to strike him as I fall down and strike him.
As
All right, so Paz
Like a
is
diving
jumping
kick.
off of the bowsprit.
He made that
You're-
choice.
You're a
yeah,
splash.
that's his choice.
Before the splash comes
Fine.
through, you come in for the strike.
Doesn't he like walk
Whack.
on water?
20?
He has to be
That's
moving
gonna
to walk
hit.
on water, but yes.
I could run across
points, 9 points of bludgeoning damage. You come smacking into the creature. You see this
Ooh.
creature hits
He
in the
gets enough
head,
air
then floats
coming
for a
back
brief
up.
moment, and then kind of
That's fine,
begins
don't
to
worry.
sink down into the water.
Okay, wait. How far does the boat move in a turn?
If 60
Ah.
feet.
While the sails are pretty much dead, because again you're transitioning from bay into marsh, you're
Right,
going
yeah,
off of the
well,
current. You're really going off of the current, and
We're gonna hit
right
you.
now the tide is going right in. So now you're getting pushed, courtesy of the wave. The little pictures I have there, so you're kind of getting pushed into the space. The boat
And
isn't going very
momentum.
fast. Right, momentum. Yeah, exactly. So it's not going very fast.
Okay, so it's not actively traveling, it's just drifting.
It's kind of drifting at the present moment, right? You're not actively kind
Okay.
of turning the boat and trying to catch the wind. I will say though, you do know the boat will be on top of you if you end your turn there. So
Yeah, I'm gonna move like up over like 10, 15 feet out.
okay.
And
So
just so
Doggy paddle it.
not in the way of it.
yeah, so remember swimming is difficult terrain, right? So remember swimming is difficult terrain. For you, if you're moving and then you go onto the water, right, you can run across the water.
I've got 45 feet of movement anyway. I think I should.
Yeah. So just be
I
aware.
think I'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll make
And then I'll end my turn. I think I could make that.
it.
All right.
Runs back up the side of the ship.
Hooray.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I
sure.
will pull out one of my dexterity potions and drink that.
Okay. Let me see. As far as you, yeah. So for the temporary things, there's not really a way to do it for some reason. I can see the passives and enable them. You can actually do it from your character sheet as well. So if you cycle into your character sheet, then go into effects, you can actually see the inactive effects there from your variety,
Okay.
and you should be able to right click and hit toggle effect, and then should turn it on.
Wonderful.
Mm.
And then this one off the side, is that within stabbing distance if I'm like leaned over the edge?
Yeah, no, it is. So it kind of now grabbed and it's finished its climb up. So it had some swimming there and some climb up. It's within 5 feet of the actual side railing, so you're able to kind of lean down, go in for a stab,
Okay.
or a slice, I should say. At the same
So sliced, yeah.
Yeah. Slicing through 26, 17 total points of slashing damage as you cut into its flesh. Takes
And
in the
I will
face.
swing again.
Looks back towards you, snarls with the tongue lashing around. 16 is going to hit this creature as well. Then you come back, slicing down into its head, 14 points of slashing damage, and you see as it lets go after getting its head cleaved into the deck and falls into the water with a splash, disappearing.
Okay, and then I will move here, so I'm in between the monster and Naira, and I will end my.
Paz, since you are in the water, something underneath you actually comes and bites. This particular creature actually does not have enough passive of its stealth, and it's not trying to be stealthy. You're able to see it underneath the water as it's coming up, so it's not going to have surprise against you. But it is going to come in for a bite, as it does, grabbing onto your leg. That's going to be 16, which misses. You pull your leg
Just
back.
kick it right in the nose.
It then is going to take the spear and go in for kind of a swim strike upwards to your chest. 23 is going to hit you. And that deals 7 points of piercing damage as it stabs into your chest, kind of nicks into the shoulders, almost more just like pushes you back in the water rather than coming through for a full strike. That's going to be the end of that creature's turn. Gilgir, you're up next.
I'm seeing double myself, which is interesting.
You do. You always see the last the position you started at in the turn. It's going to create an opaque kind of version of
Got it.
yourself.
That's right. So first thing I'm going to do is use my Thunder Gauntlets, attack him.
All right, 16 coming across with a loud thunderous crack. 12 points of damage. Strikes into this. It's trying to phase in and out, breaking apart, but it's unable.
I'm going to do the second Thunder Gauntlet.
Okay. 21 is going to hit as you come across this time, and it aimed at its face. 11 points of thunder damage. You smash its face. Its head is cleaved completely off of its body. Then you take the body, just kind of throw it off the back of the deck there. As it does, it lands splashing.
Yeah, as I throw it off, I'm just going to be like, well, that was easy. And then I'm going to use my bonus feature Guardian on myself to give me some temporary HP.
Okay. I'll apply it to you there for 10-10.
Yep, and that'll be my turn.
All right. I'll let everyone ends their own turns now. I don't end people's turns.
Listen, you're the boss. You want to end those turns?
Well,
you
I'm
can.
sorry.
No, it was something that when the player in another group was like, "Are you going to end it or am I going to end it?" I was like, "You know what? I'm going to make a firm decision, a firm line on this." All right, Heavy Heart. You're muted, I believe. No,
That
you're
is
not.
No,
Taking
I'm
the
good. No, I should
stand.
be. I was away
Okay.
for a moment, but I'm good.
Okay.
Does my passive perception pick up any more of these creatures possibly trying to get on the ship?
Currently, you with your passive perception, you can't particularly see the creatures except in the general locations that the creatures are emerging from, which is the grass. It seems that there is a spot over here by paths that you see have seen some creatures that were there, and there is some movement that's happening. And then over here, there was more creatures that are kind of moving through the grass and things.
Okay. Well, then you know what? If there's a chance, we're gonna get more jumping on the ship. We're gonna cast a spell. Yeah, okay. How would we do that?
Noise.
Ooh,
Ooh,
spooky.
Huh, doesn't show. Oh, there.
Spooky.
Well,
10.0.
We got
10.
sparkles.
Yes, we
Oh,
do.
we got a new version, guys. It's 10.0.10 now.
Wow.
What's
Why
that?
is
We
that
patched it.
different?
Oh, right, because of the other power. And let's see. Since we're moving that way, pardon me, Soot. Just want to get this over here, and we'll stand there since maybe they'll come from that way. And yeah, we'll enter there.
Okay. All right, ending turn. Another one on the deck with its dash lands down. Spear comes outwards. It snarls. It looks at both of you. Ends its turn. Right. Has another one,
Alright.
from what you can tell. Comes up from the water. See, they're all they're all technically unseen, so they're not going to be under combat tracker. So you see as one now comes up from the water again. Your passive perception is high enough to see this creature as it's swimming. It's not maintaining its stealth as it swam kind of up from the bait. Maybe it was very deep right in the river and kind of came up, and it is going to come at you for a bite. As it does, similar fashion. This time on your left leg. 22 is going to hit you with its bite.
Ugh.
You take 12 points of piercing and acid damage as it bites in, dissolving it of your flesh, then swings and grabs its spear to go in for a stab. That is going to be an 8, which is going to miss as you grab the spear and just kind of have this little tug of war in the water, and they're both kind of
Dolphin
swimming
in
there.
the water.
Yeah, their heads are now kind of poking up and swimming as they're treading with you. The current, again, kind of shoving you a little bit in a northern direction is the tide, but it's kind of having a nullification of the fact of the force of the river also coming down to being so small.
Like a sexy otter.
Yeah, sexy otter. All right, Wingsong, you're up next.
You?
So can I see the ones by Paz as well?
Yeah, so your angle right now is unable to see the 2 by Paz because you're at a higher up angle and then the boat is in your line of sight.
Okay. Well, I'm imagining that I'm coming out of this study right now, just hearing the combat, so
Okay.
I'm pretty much unaware of what's going on. So I'm just gonna go. Wait, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna go up to the. I can't remember what this is called, but where everyone else is right now.
Stern.
Stern.
Right. By the
The
helm.
I'm
Howard
going
Stern.
up to the stern. What do I see right now at this angle?
Right now at this angle, you can see the 2 by Paz. You can see the 1 back at the stern, so 3 targets.
Okay. I imagine that they probably have it with that one there with the 3 damage dealers next to it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and cast. What is it called?
Dissonant Whisper.
No, I was actually
Do
gonna
it.
cast. I was gonna cast Shatter.
Shatter.
Yeah.
Shatter.
Are you going to cast Shatter on the boat?
No. I'm trying to remember how you use
Please,
this
God, no.
new fandangled thing.
Oh,
Actually,
you're-
Shadow used to be.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying
Oh.
Shadow used to be my thing.
Yeah, the Shatter
Actually,
used
used
to
to
be
be
the...
like be mine. So like, how about you step off?
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. So Shatter is a 60-foot range only. Okay, so just remember that, and it's a
Oh,
10-foot
you're
sphere.
right. Thank you for
So
reminding me.
they are going to be
You
the 2 by
always go to
Paz.
shatter.
2 by Paz are not. They're going to be outside the range. You might be able to hit one of them on the edge of the Shatter, but that does not constitute both.
Yeah.
So
Okay. How do I cancel a spell?
you can right click and it will basically not drop the template. Just know though it will expend the spell slot if you have already been prompted for that. So just keep track of your spells.
So I spent about 15 feet so far, right?
That's correct. Yeah, you kind of came around the north side of the staircase that went down, then you went up the stairs. So we'll take it at 15.
All right. I'll go ahead and cast a different spell. God, I'm not used to this new thing here. There's so many spells to go through. I'm gonna cast Synaptic Static instead.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay. Sorry, it's hurting my voice to talk right now. I'm gonna cast it right here, so Paz is out of its sphere. That should be within range.
Okay.
I don't know who all is affected by it, but I'm hoping at least those two.
Okay. So yeah, go for it.
And then I'm going to Bardic Inspiration. Actually, no, never mind. I'm not gonna Bardic Inspiration. I'm not gonna do anything else. That is gonna be the turn.
Okay. So it looks like it rolled the shatter on the same time that the Synaptic Static went through. So just forwarding there. So 31 total points of psychic damage with a DC of 17. Both of those are going to fail, and as such, they both are going to die to that psychic damage. You also see a body float up from the grass as another one was hit by that as well and failed. So that's going to go through. So you just get to see bodies kind of plop and move very quickly
Indiscriminate death.
as the heads explode from their heads, and then their bodies just kind of float up a little bit, and then they take the blow right, and then they sink back down. So Paz, you're pretty much alone at this point. You can't see anything around you. And then
I just have some bonus skills, guys.
I'm just gonna look. Did you guys see what I just did?
What you're gonna explain the explosion that just happened in front of you? It's like an actual explosion.
No, but if I can't see anybody, I'm gonna say I did it.
My turn.
I got some
Yeah,
bonus kills there.
yeah, so it's your turn.
Since there was that one that went under the boat, I'm gonna go to this side. I'm looking down for it, seeing if I can't see it.
Okay. So you're looking down for it. You currently cannot see it.
Alright, I'm gonna hold my action to firebolt when I do see it,
Okay.
and that'll just be my turn.
Okay. Sounds good. Apologies if you hear my downers just slamming on the door like a barbarian right now. I locked the door.
Rage.
I lock the door now. She gets super mad. She can't just like walk in. So
Aww.
Let me in.
Give me attention, father.
Heavy Heart, you are able to see one of them now in the water. That one is now swimming and has kind of picked itself up and is now on the water line in its full dash to reach that point, and that's the end of its turn. We're now going to come around to the top of round 2.
Ooh.
Your Spirit Guardians is not going to hit that, but you are able to see it poke its head outwards from the underneath. It's too far away for Spirit Guardians, right? So it's going to kind of come and look up at these, right? Your spec, right? They're all kind of moving around, and then you can see that it moves back underneath the boat, and it's just unclear of where it's going now. Like you don't really know at all where it has gone. And for those at the stern, you now see that the helm currently, particularly Naira, who has one hand on the helm and is looking with one thing readied, the actual helm is jiggling.
Don't like that adjective.
So if you know anything about boats, you might understand where the actual creature is.
I had an idea.
Yeah.
Nope, no idea. I don't know anything about boats.
So Naira, it is your turn. The wheel is moving, and it's jiggling right now.
Jiggle it back.
I'd like to put all my energy into addressing that.
You can like wiggle the wheel and make it go away.
Okay.
No. I'm not as boat savvy as she is, but I don't know if there's a way to deter them or shake them.
Besides going down there and attacking them, probably not.
I know.
So what you can interpret based on the wheel and maybe some of your companions looking over is that the creature might be on the actual device that steers the
The
boat,
rudder.
the rudder, right? And it is it potentially destroying it or dismantling or trying to. That's why your wheel's moving.
Yeah, from where we are, which is pretty shallow, they wouldn't actually be underwater currently, would they?
No, they're underwater. You're right at where the bay reaches the marsh. We're not in total concealment here, right? So we're in kind of that halfway point, which is why you're being able to see them through the fog. If we were directly in the marsh at this point, we wouldn't be able to see anything, right? So you're at the midway point. The water is deep here. It's unclear to you how deep it is, but based on the fact that the grass is growing at certain points, suggests that maybe that land, right, that's beginning to change. But
Yeah.
here in particular, where you've taken the boat, like a channel that's formed, so
Mm-hmm.
you're making sure it's deep. So, you know,
Okay, I think she's trying to focus on steering
Mhm.
the ship, but she is going to call out to the others. More of a directive for the ones over here, but at set as well. If you want to be able to return this boat in one piece, someone's going to need to go down there and deal with our friend. But I think she's gonna again hold action. I guess this time she would be holding action just if she can get if one pops up that she can see, or if a member claims that they're visible just from leaning over, in which case like that's enough for her to take a couple steps, lean over, and fire off Scorching Ray.
okay.
But
so you
I do think she's still mostly focusing on making sure that we are staying on course and not crashing.
okay.
Should
So you're
promise not to crash the boat for now.
yeah. So you're going to continue to make sure the helm, right, the rudder's staying straight regardless of what's happening underneath, and then you're readying something in case you have what's maybe similar to what you did before, right? If there's
It's just like a visible opportunity.
yeah visible opportunity.
Even if it's even just them indicating that I could lean over and do so, but I'm mostly verbally encouraging those near me to go under and
Yeah. Okay.
address
Okay.
it.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. And the end of your turn here, whenever you'd like to take that, I'm going to move the boat. So just FYI.
Yep. I'm done.
Okay. Go ahead and end your turn then.
No, I like God being involved.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, Paz, don't move.
We're just on top.
All right, that should be accurate based on your current position. So, Paz, the boat is going back on your left-hand side here. Unpause your turn.
Cool. I'm just gonna move and swim my way up the boat.
Okay.
Wait. Can I see under the boat?
You can't see under the boat. That's too murky to get a good sight line. So
Yeah,
the best way I can
I
phrase
figured.
this, like within 5 feet of you, maybe you can see.
Yeah, I figured I wouldn't be able to. And the boat's like 20 feet up, right?
Roughly, yes.
All right. So with the climbing speed and everything, I still have movement speed to just pop up.
Yeah, easy enough.
There's one under the boat. It's doing things. I can't see where it
Yeah.
went, but it's under the boat.
Yeah, it sure is.
All right. My turn.
All right, Varys, you're up next.
All right. I will take my scimitar and swing on the one in front of me.
All right, you come in for a swing. Natural 20!
Oh,
Woo! 23 points of slashing damage. Do you even need to add sneak? We're doing it anyways.
Of
Do you want
course
to know how
you
much?
do.
Oh my gosh, it's so much damage. Jeez. Okay.
These things don't have a lot of health.
56 points of damage as you come through with the scimitar, just lopping off the head. Why? There's just nothing there. As you come through,
Nice,
slicing
smooth
cleanly
murder.
off the head, just kind of wobbles its body back, and you just give it a little Spartan kick and just kick it off the side.
You don't want to harvest the acid?
No. What? I don't need to. It's out of range. I can't really do anything about the guy on the bottom of the boat. Swimming's not an expertise. I will end my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ending turn. Gilga, you're up next.
I'm gonna move up, but I'm gonna move up right next to Wingsong, seeing that he used my favorite spell.
Actually, didn't use that. I used synaptic static, so
Never mind.
Never mind.
I use a spell that you can't even comprehend.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
What is
Jeez.
going on here? Let's tee it up a little bit. Take a breath.
Yeah.
Well. Since he said he's gonna use shatter, I want to show him what shatter is really like. So I want to cast a second level spell. All right, some shatter on my enemies. Cast it at second. Consume spell slot. Amen. Straight at this bad boy.
Okay.
Nice,
All right. So
nice.
setting it off. 15 points of thunder damage. The creature is going to succeed with a 17.
Never mind.
It only takes 7 points of that damage after ducking the head, seeing as you're kind of evocating right, and then you unleash it. You see the rippling of the waves, kind of darts underneath the water real quick, and then pops its head back up, and that thunder damage being nullified by the water.
Does it also destroy the grass in the area because it's shatter?
Not necessarily, because the grass is organic matter, and it's not inorganic matter. In addition, it's probably just
Oh.
going to shove it back underneath the water, so it might disappear, and then after that, it kind of fold itself back up.
Yes,
That
I
was-
want to see it. I want to be like, aha! Look at that. See,
I'll be
nothing
like-
happened.
And I'll pat him on the shoulder and be like, "That's actually a really good job."
I'm just gonna go just flush out defeat, and then that's my turn.
Yeah, and I'll be redirecting kindness towards you.
Bardic inspiration? Question mark.
Is that another bardic trait? Redirect kindness.
Bardic trait. So go ahead and end your turn anytime, Yoga.
Yeah.
You gotta press it this time. He doesn't.
I
do it
know
for you.
he's not doing it for us anymore. I get
I
it.
always do it for
No
myself,
one-
so I don't.
Okay.
No one
Alright.
asked for this.
The third thing's gonna shift back here, so he's got a better sense of where everyone is, and he sees that one out there and what Gilga did, and said, "You gotta do something. You gotta do it right, Gilga."
You know, he tried his best.
Thank you.
Ooh, guiding bolt coming out here.
Oh, look at this! Only 15 damage. Like a weakling.
15 is going to hit. So having the amulet here, getting the +3 on top of that is absolutely creme de la creme.
You cast it at
76
fourth level?
What? For the
wow, wow.
23 points of radiant damage.
You gotta do it
It's
right.
dead. I mean, why? It's
Do it,
gone.
do it.
What
You
did I
fire-
just say, lad? You
fire the
gotta
bolt.
do it. Yeah, do it right.
Gets into it, just doesn't
Say it
even.
with your
It's not even there
chest.
anymore.
That's right.
Still kind of glowing from the radiant light after being hit.
Does it like
Yeah.
go up into the sky?
Right, is combat over? No, it's not.
Oh, because we got the one
No.
attacking the rudder.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yeah,
What's under the boat?
it's somewhere underneath this end of the boat.
So one is going to be too low for your spirit guardians as far as the sphere is concerned. So I'm not going to assign the damage there because it's at the base of the water. It's just now unleashed itself. It's now at the bottom here, so that is going to be about 20 feet down there, and that's going to be the end of its turn.
Okay, my
Yeah,
turn.
It's 15 feet. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Gilga and I'm gonna say you did good job. You did good.
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's up to you. I tried. I'm going to then cast Dissonant Whispers at the target, this guy, and we're gonna click Dissonant, and we're gonna do second level cast spell. Hiya!
Okay, so Dissonant Whispers is going to go out. The creature is going to succeed with a 17 based on your wisdom saving throw there of 17. As such, you kind of send out your words, maybe just telling it off, right? Giving it something to not work off of here.
You're stupid. Go away before we blow you up.
It's going to take 7 points of psychic damage, going to get hit by your words, snarls at you, and then continues to make its presence.
You're a bitch. And then oh shit, I can't do anything else, I think, except for yeah, I won't even use Bardic Inspiration because I don't know about the rudder guy. I don't understand boats.
mean,
I don't understand boats.
Boats. How the fuck do they work?
How do
I
boats
don't know.
work?
Boats. What's even up with that?
What's up,
Yeah,
boat?
How do they float?
I'm on a
I'm gonna-
boat.
About a boat.
I'm gonna touch the boat.
And
Thank you, Paz.
All right. Suit. You are up next.
Well, hearing Wingsong call out and knowing that that other one is attacking the rudder at this point, I guess I'll just run to this side and just cast my head over and firebolt this one.
Okay. Cast your head over and unleash the firebolts. 24. That is going to be a successful hit after potentially putting your blood in the vial, right? You can see that the firebolt itself is actually changing colors in vivid imagery. As you unleash it from your hands, it seems to be empowered, at least twice the size of normal, lands, dealing 10 points of fire damage, hitting into the side of the shoulder, scalding even with the water, creating a steam-like effect, burning the creature even further, but it continues its advancement up the side of the boat.
And if it's not dead, then I will quicken spell firebolt again.
Quicken spell it again, going in for the second hand this time, unleashing back and
A
forth.
nat
Oh,
one?
natural
oh my
one.
goodness.
All right, I'm going to roll a percentile die here. As the boat rocking back and forth, your hand kind of gets hit up, and you fire the bolt up into the air, just narrowly missing the sails.
Lovely. Okay, yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right.
Wow, wow, wow,
and-
wow.
Okay, so we're going to now come to the start of round 3. And as such, the wheel here, Naira, begins to turn in the direction of left as it seems the boat is
Right.
trying to be forced into the rocks. I need you to make an athletics check to hold the wheel straight.
Thank you so much for that being the check. All right.
What else would it be when you're holding a wheel?
I'm just saying. You could have been.
Port.
It's a charisma check, obviously.
Clearly.
All right, athletics check. I'm just gonna click athletics because I don't remember how to do it now on the things.
Okay, that's fine. You can do it from your character sheet, or you can do it from this last, right? Whatever works best for you to get the rollout. 12. Okay.
Ugh. Not ideal.
All right. So I'm going to see here real quick. Okay, the 12 is going to beat an 8 on their athletics checks. You're having a little bit of a tug of war with it.
Suck it, lizard
certain
bitch.
Things are happening. We now are going to come to your turn.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow.
Seems
wow.
like nobody has decided to dive off the boat or
No
deal
one
with what's
wants to
happening
dive off the
underneath.
boat.
No one's doing
I
it.
can't see it, so
The thing is armored, swimming bad.
I know I'm wearing heavy armor too. That's the thing is I feel pretty strongly I'm gonna sink.
Squishy cat.
Everyone
I will
stares at
die.
Winks up.
Stupid. Stupid.
Nah, throw the cat overboard.
We just chuck him. I used
Yeah.
to.
Just chuck it.
there's really only one choice here that can go.
Is it? Is it
It's
bad?
Varys. No,
That's true.
I can't see.
I think I look at Varys. I'm like, do you want to flip a coin for going under, or
I'll do it.
you sure?
Yes.
All right, I'll keep steering the ship then. I'm gonna maintain again. If any new ones pop up and I can see them, I'm firing off, and then I'm focusing on keeping the boat on course.
Okay. Sounds good. And your turn, 8 point.
You end my turn.
No, I will not. I will not.
I did
Amy.
not ask for you to pull back the veil.
The veils been pulled back. The training wheels are off. Paz, you're up next.
This is
Gonna
bullshit.
go down to this dude. He's within sticking range, right?
No.
Oh, I gotta go
Bro.
down again.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, he's
this
basically
one
at the
at the
Doggy
water
paddle.
line. Mhm.
Got a doggy
All right.
battle for this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of. That's 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna kind of hop down, use the rest of my movement, and then while I'm hanging onto the boat, I'm just gonna kind of lean over and start kicking at him.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of
Amazing.
hop down, hold on the railing, and you're gonna try to go for a kick down
Yeah.
on top of him. All right, go ahead and give me a check. I'll take it. I don't know how you're gonna kick with Draconic Knuckles, but we're gonna roll. No
No,
worries.
I mean, I just rolled it unarmed.
It's,
So
it's
I don't
fine.
have enough.
Yeah,
He's
18
got,
gonna
he
hit.
put
10
spurs on his shoes as
spurs
well.
on the boots.
Yeah.
You don't even wear
Yeah, jiggle,
shoes.
jiggle,
There's
jiggle,
no
jiggle.
boots.
I
Where's
wear
my
shoes.
The cannon doesn't work.
So 18 is gonna hit with the
He's been growing
meaty,
out his toenails.
the meaty, the the, the meaty
foot
and,
of Paz.
and hairy foot of Bass.
I hope he gets
Stomping
hairs
into
him.
the Lizard repeatedly. You do 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you can see as the creature is hit into the water, lifeless, begins to drift back.
Yeah, well, I just renamed it, so there. If that's better for you. I'll rename it
Kicking from a
boat.
boat. I love it. That's so
All right,
good.
well,
That's amazing. I hope it keeps that name no matter the
Well,
context.
I was gonna say, when you're off the boat, is it just like big, meaty, hairy foot, or
yeah, the hairy foot of Paz.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna end my turn there because that's up my movement.
Okay.
Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna spend one key point and I'm gonna heal myself.
Okay. Go in for a slap on yourself, hanging from the railing.
Yep.
Go ahead and
Yeah,
slap
just-
yourself good and strong, and then end your turn whenever you'd like.
Gotta find where
Good
it
and
is.
strong.
Gotta find
Your character.
where. Nope.
Oh,
Hold
you're
on.
ready.
Where it is. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
I think I have it listed
Alright,
as a
sorry.
free action, right?
It's a feature. Yeah, I had to turn
Yeah.
it myself.
Okay.
6 whole hit points.
There we go.
Gonna kick myself with my meaty foot of healing, and I will. And now I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. All right, Varys. Apparently, you have been elected.
I am aware I've been elected, so I guess I will run off the side of the boat here and swim under.
All right. So you dive off the boat and swim under as you immediately see the creature is next to you underneath the water line. And with your dark vision being able to pierce through the murkiness here, you can see it kind of making way with the rudder, looks towards you as it gurgles and snaps at you, kind of echoing through the water.
Yeah, fuck you, do, buddy. Made me come in the water for this.
All right, die quick.
Slowly comes slicing through. I'm not gonna normally technically fighting in the water would be in kind of disadvantaged state, but 30 is gonna hit. I'm gonna take it. 14 points of slashing damage dealt. Come across the central part of the chest, and then you go in for the second strike here. 26 is gonna hit as you come through into the lacerating of the kind of quadricep area and begins to bleed out, drifting off, lifeless as it begins to kind of go at the backside of the boat. And
Quite
that
literally, Varys can't miss unless he rolls in that one.
is going to be the end of
Yeah.
combat. That's correct.
And I will climb back on the boat, grumpy and wet.
Can I just do like light heat, like flames, to just just steam, just try to
You
dry
hold
him
your
off?
hands out just a
Wet
bit
leather
warm, bit
smells?
touchy. Give him like a
Yeah.
massage.
No, just like an
Don't
air.
give me a massage.
No, like a space heater kind of vibe.
A
So I'm
space
gonna
heater.
cast a prestidigitation on his clothes to heat it up.
Okay.
Be like, is this
I
better?
too,
Much
I
better.
too am gonna cast prestidigitation as well, just to be like also like a space heater.
Gotcha. I got
But
it.
like
Okay.
obviously it doesn't actually do anything because it's prestidigitation. It only makes the sense of heat.
No, it can clean stuff.
It can clean stuff, but it can't make heat.
No, but it can get water out of clothing.
That is also true.
Thanks, Ferris.
No,
Next
yeah,
time,
he's not
next
gonna
time
do
I'll
that.
jump in.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm making space heater feeling.
Well, okay, you know what? I'll remove the water. All right. I'll be
Yeah,
like
you
cleaning
were doing
it.
that. I was doing space heater.
All right. No, I was doing space
Why
heater.
is everything a
initially.
competition between you two? All
I-
of a sudden?
It's
Yeah.
unclear.
Why are they competing for you too? I was in the water as well. Nobody
Oh, come here.
cares.
Sorry, the Duke Council
here.
needs to reform once again to protect his
Hold on. Let
Duke.
me get one
If you
hand.
just
I'll have one hand there and one hand on the other side, doing both at the same time. I'll be doing the water on this one though. You can do the heat on Paz. I'll do heat on Varys, and you can
they've
do the
come
water
together
on,
for a greater cause.
Varys. You know.
All right.
So, as you are drifting, right, taking your time, trying to find the best place to port, after 20 or 30 minutes, you begin to hear the sounds of the marsh. The fog now thick. You are back in the marshes and veiling. and you find a spot of beachhead clearing out, basically the pull of the river now having more of that velocity, an effect on the fog. You can see that there's a natural beachhead of kind of grass that's kind of pulling outwards, and you're able to get along shore that, lowering the dock from the bow, from a winch-like mechanism, you're able to drop it in with a large splash. You then have this arduous, talking about 3/4 of deep water here that you have to kind of dive off the boat or use one of the rope ladders that they have to take it off the side railing, and then muck your way through, right, to the edge of the actual land. Not difficult, but it's something that you have to deal with, and it's not pleasant. Precipitations for sure afterwards to kind of clear it out. And you are now making for elevation gain, headed in a southwesterly direction, taking a nearby stream or tributary that feeds off from this. It kind of creates a crevice or a tiny little gorge downwards, maybe funneling into the rocks at the edge of the bay or the mouth of the bay. So you're kind of following that. And then eventually, as you're working through, I'm going to go ahead and cease our mass sounds. We don't need those anymore.
Well, we're back in this shithole.
You see what resembles that of kind of a little bit of a road within the tall grass. It's like it's a relic of the past in a way. The road itself is not very wide and has little bits of different variety of sizing of rocks here, right? Olive has this kind of little bit of like a sandstone, kind of darkish red, which is similar to what the cliffs were kind of constituted of. And you're beginning to follow that alongside of the water as it's going into that kind of gorge-like area. So what do you see as a transition, really? Transition from the marsh with these dead and decayed trees, then they become deciduous and full of life. It seems that there's no particular redwoods, quote unquote, but there is another forest that maybe was once here that was on the edge of what was in the past. And those are full of life. Fog then begins to cease, and you are left in a little bit of a forest during this day. I'm also advance the time clock a little bit. There's also small squirrels, little bits of tiny small game, right? In addition to that, and you're in a different place almost entirely in a matter of 60 some odd feet. And you then come up, slightly down, then back up, right? Different elevation gains, and you're on the edge of this bluff. The grass knoll is just kind of rolling through, and the wind then begins to hit your faces. See this road working its way onto the bluff. The trees begin to work itself around that, and now an opening up begins to happen. Farmland of different trees and other things is left untouched for a long time. The houses and the structures of this place still existing, destroyed in any regard. You following this road, pressing to the village centered around the largest structure that you can see as you come and make yourself out into the opening of this wood, is a large tower made from a lighter granite or sandstone. It extends roughly 100 or so feet into the air. Something that is strange that you didn't actually see it from the bay. Being this close, somehow you can. The top of the tower is completely enclosed and has kind of a slightly concaved surface. There doesn't appear to be any windows. About this space, as you make your way across a rickety wooden bridge over one of the tributaries, that large gorge and that cutout of that waters flowing from the marsh, now clear as well. Small houses built into the grassy knolls of the village are prominent. Circular doors and moss-covered glazed windows sit facing outwards with garden, shrubbery, and overgrown cobbled paths. Inside, through the windows, things look old, weathered, as if moisture has gone unchecked for some time. Other buildings are made from solid wood, with rock walls, straw or clay tiled roofs, either 1 or 2 stories. The openings of these places are small, not big enough for medium-sized humanoids. For paths and for soup, they'll work just fine. The gardens that sit about, again unclaimed, grow wild, much too overgrown now to be used properly. Dirt and rock paths collide into cobbled, but it doesn't matter. The grass and vegetation have overtaken them. Flowers bloom with immaculate orange petals and black pistils and rose-colored stamen. So you make your way to the tower. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break.
Woo!
If you're watching, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. And we'll be back in 10 minutes or so. So hopefully back 6:20 p.m. PST for our second half session. So join us then, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
We reached Narnia.
We did it.
I have tea.
I want James to try it.
Okay.
All right. Welcome back, all you tea drinkers and
It's
all you
us.
non-tea
Thank you.
drinkers. It's us.
Hoo,
Welcome.
hoo,
Okay.
hoo.
It's us, your familia.
So, where we're currently at is Jinra. This is exactly what you imagine it to be based on the map. It's been noted. And it is a village, really, in the whole thing. You have farmlands and other things. This was a community here. Population wise, it was a great number of individuals that had lived here. As you have made your way through this place in the direction of the only thing that really stands out to you, which is this absolute ginormous tower in the middle of a gnomish village, there's nobody here. There's nobody. It
Makes sense.
is a ghost village. There's not even undead. It's just
Are there signs of any conflict or struggle?
They did
Or
tell us they had to flee, didn't they? Isn't that what the innkeeper told us?
lagging. Just 1 second. I'm coming back.
I was like, is he lagging or being
I'm back.
difficult?
I'm back.
You said
So-
you didn't.
So what was told, and remember, innkeeper, we're pulling information back. We're pulling it back. Strella Forgorn back in Othema. I think we have a little.
Don't we have a letter from her also?
Yep,
Got a
I
little
got a
bit of
letter
stuff,
from her to
right?
deliver.
So remember so this is right based on what you all heard. Like this is where Strella, like, she talked about this place, right? Talked about a moment that were made refugees. They talked about the village being attacked. So the people that are in here are gone, not necessarily because they had died to undead, like they were like viciously attacked. A lot of people of this community had survived. They just have left. And so you do see signs, to answer your question, Varys, you do see signs of some things, but it has been a long time. So you might see occasional window broken in or a door maybe off its jar, like a jar kind of, off its hinge. And maybe there is, a couple different things, but there's no bodies. There's no like dramatic buildings being crumpled down and destroyed. It's just some occasional damage. So hopefully that answers that for you. As far as nobody.
Can I just say, I really like that you led that explanation like it was like girls giving gossip in a bathroom.
Oh,
I really
wow.
liked that as the vibe for delivering that.
You like that vibe? All right.
Yeah.
Um,
This is
bring
the
it.
place she told us about.
So tell us about. Come on.
familiar with that
Hello.
She
vibe.
said that they left.
Come on. Okay. So
All right,
You
let's
make-
go explore some shit.
okay. So you're making your way towards
Not
the
to break
tower,
anything.
right? You're making your way towards the tower, and you observe that this 100-foot light granite sandstone tower, slight concave top and oval shape with no windows. So much of the stone seems to be solid, with only minor cracks revealing a few things like it's bricked, right? At certain intervals, there's large sheets of brass or bronze that plate the tower and are inscribed with gnomish, welded gnomish runes. A circular metallic door with the indentation of a small humanoid handprint sits at the center, at the base of the tower, facing into a courtyard that's open with few occasional wagons and wheelbarrows, and a neat looking statue of a gnome with a quarterstaff, holding it very daintily and kneeling down to a flower. And you're left here wondering of how to get into the tower, because there's no doorknob and there's no hinge. This door that is made of the same brass or bronze has no seams at all and is inlaid into the stone. Inscription on the statue simply states, "Honor all those who had perished in the age of the Great Purge. We, as refugees of Felgum, stand strong to birth anew."
For all those signs and stuff in Gnomish.
The runes that are welded onto the plates of brass and bronze that are attached to the tower are in Gnomish.
What do they say? Because I speak Gnomish.
As do
Just-
I.
As you read them and look, they are arcane runes for glyphs of like warding or abjuration magic. They are to preserve the tower from any destruction or attempts of weathering.
And the tower itself is damaged, though.
The tower is not damaged. Like I
Oh,
said,
okay. I was.
the tower stands tall. On the map, the icon I have there is to showcase that the grass and the other vegetation things have encroached upon the tower because the tower itself is old, right? And so you can see some of that
Oh.
stuff. The icons and assets of this map is just to showcase just how sized the community is. I don't have particular town or village assets of particular this tower that we're looking at here. So I've just used one to showcase it's weathered. But the runes are trying to stop that, right? That's what's an attempt. But remember, as I stated, the brass and bronze plates, the sheets, don't actually encompass the entire tower. It is primarily made of this light granite sandstone. So these plates are just kind of scattered in like a pattern about it.
Well, we're definitely not breaking into this. That's for
I'm just
damn
gonna
sure.
go up and knock.
Okay. You go up and get a good knock in.
No.
I'm going to play just a light wind noise because this is actually the wind that comes through here up on the bluff, just FYI. So the rain is not pouring down. You yell out hello after you knock onto the door. And as you knock, kind of a almost like that metallic banging sound kind of comes out as you knock. There is no answer.
Love that.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm out of ideas.
You said there was a handprint somewhere, right?
At the center of the circular brass and metal door is a handprint, actually indentation in the metal, that is observed as a small humanoid hand.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is meant for one of the, if not Master Porg himself, some gnomes. So it's probably not going to work when I do it. I just put my hand into it for knowing it's not going to work.
Okay, you put your hand into it and nothing happens.
Yeah, as I thought.
Wait. Oh, that was dangerous.
Nah, I highly doubt it. Doesn't seem like there's any form of magic here that's meant to harm anyone, just protect the building.
I mean, it could have just like sucked your hand in though if it was wrong.
I
mean, why
really
don't we
doubt
just?
that.
It doesn't seem like anyone is here. Why don't we just go in?
How are we gonna go in?
All right, open the door.
There
I
is
mean-
no door.
We can just go in. You know.
All right, go in.
go
Sorry.
on.
What was
Okay.
the
Yeah,
inscription
lead the way.
that was in common?
Okay.
Everyone could read.
The description that was in common was at the base of the statue, and again, I'm not gonna, I won't repeat it, but I'll loosely kind of translate it. And essentially,
Yeah.
that these individuals in this community are refugees from Felgim, and the statue is to give honor to those that were lost during the Age of the Great Purge.
You guys, if we really wanted to go inside, I can teleport us inside.
Don't you have to see where you're going so we don't end up in a
No.
wall or something?
No, all I have to do is either see it, visualize it, or I have to state the direction.
Well, I
Okay,
have a
does that
feeling
not
that
end up
these-
with us in a wall?
I feel like we
Well,
go through this. You're intending on using Dimension Door, correct?
Yes.
So you're gonna go one by one and teleport in and then out,
Well, no,
in
I
and then out,
imagine like I'm just
in and
saying
then out.
if we wanted in, I could bring me and someone else in, and we can
Uh,
open up the door or open up some way in. You know, I imagine
well,
that there
oh,
is
hey,
a
Eric,
way in.
that's
I
assuming
kind of
it-
have an idea, though. I mean, this might not work either, but I just have this crazy feeling, this description here says to honor the dead. So maybe, if I may, and Thothi's going to go up and put his hand in the handprint, and he's going to cast Gentle Repose into the handprint.
Okay. So as you go up, you touch and you use your magic, casting it outright to the handprints. You place your hand at the same time to the handprint.
Yes. Basically, I'm like, as if I was casting it on the handprint,
On the handprint.
as if it was a person. Yes.
Okay.
As
So
casting it on.
as you see that the door opens, it opens in 4 different pieces as a circular, right? So each segment of that pulls back into the grooves of the stone from some magical or mechanical means. You don't hear any gears or anything winding. You then begin to look inside of this tower, a single kind of rounded, rune-covered pillar with tiny purple oval-shaped glass inlaid pieces that emit light resides in the center of near completely open space. Reddish clay tiles are cold and slightly moist upon walking, just kind of in, looking into the space. Again, it's a circular tower here. Anyway. A light granite staircase matching the pillars. Material kind of wraps around it with a metal and stone railing. It seems, from what you can tell as you look up, that the staircase ascends all the way to the top of the tower. About the walls, wrapping around, are protrusions of light granite or sandstone. These are in intervals of 2 to 3 feet and continue all the way to the top level. Much of them are filled with books, scrolls, and small oddities. Now, I'm going to state this. Every 2 to 3 feet, in a 100-foot tall tower, there are books, scrolls, and oddities. This is 3 times the amount that you would find at a common library. There's an absolute shit ton of things in here. They're all on the walls with no ladders and no stairs actually reach them. They just are
Is that
along
official
the
D&D
walls.
measurement?
Oh,
A shit ton.
absolutely. Absolutely.
is
I use
accurate?
shit ton all the time. Are you all
Everyone knows
passing?
that's how you measure.
Is this happen in your research lab? Like how much hydrochloric acid did you put in there? A shit ton.
Actually, surprisingly, happens more often than you think. So, generally, then we use the term if there's if a cap or some of the dry or whatever we're dispensing, if there's something that happens, like it overpours or breaks or
Oh, yeah.
something, right? Pipette, right? If you're pipetting, generally we'll use the term that. Shit ton with it, right?
Is
Because
that
you
a
don't
metric or
know.
imperial?
Yeah.
Is that a
You just
metric
know it's a
or
lot.
Metric
imperial
for imperial
measurement?
shit tons.
Yeah.
It's definitely metric. We don't use imperial in the labs.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you all proceed in? I mean, you're pretty just like looking inside here. Again, the entrance is quite large, right? This 10 to 15
I
feet.
think
So you have it.
immediately I would have waltzed in, been like
Without thinking twice.
entranced by
Okay.
how beautiful it looks inside with all this knowledge and oddity shit.
Oh,
Oddity shit.
I mean, I figured there was some magical way to open the door. I didn't realize it was going to be something based off of healing magic, but
I could have done that too. Pointed it out.
What are we gonna do? Punch it?
Yes. That is how I intend to heal people and keep Varys alive.
I mean, so far that's been true, so. Good old massage, you know?
All right.
That's kinesiology, thank you.
All passing
It's
in.
like, it's like a karate chop of health.
I think we're all going in.
No signs of life. No movement as you look up. The tower and around. Nothing.
And then once we walk in, I'm gonna shout up again, hello.
Okay. You walk in, and it sounds like everyone's going in. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
going
Yes,
in.
we are going in.
Okay. As you walk in, as the last person enters in, the door behind you shuts.
Yeah.
Oh
4
my
squares come
God.
together, and they form in. They then fuse with no seam at all when they separated, and there is no handprint on this side of the door. No mechanism
tracks.
appears to you all at this stage of even opening it remotely. The staircase, the center of the circular oval shape of this tower, is rounding all the way to the top. Do you climb?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is pretty much exactly how it seemed like it was gonna go. So
Yeah.
There's just, like, the entire tower is just a shit ton overflow of books and
All
oddities,
just
right?
books and things.
Okay, we're then going to get to this map. This is the top of the tower as you have made your incline here, climbing up or ascent, I should say, as you climb up the 100-foot staircase up to the very top of this tower.
I hate
You are
stairs.
rounding around the central pillar. So the central pillar is under this, and the staircase is going under
Oh my
the
God,
actual
arrow.
things here. So, okay. So I'm going to describe it to you. You can free to move your tokens around as you wish as you're making your way up the staircase. Of course, you can use the stairs as following. Hopefully, you can kind of get a feel of how that works. They're going underneath, right? Those. So the top level is exposed to the tower below, right? That's how you're able to really see up to the top of the tower. Below it, in the four corner spaces around the central pillar and stairwell, the pillar ends as it reaches the top level, and four other pillars then kind of continue that upright and slightly less in radius, and they can continue to about a 20-foot concave ceiling. The small shelves continue through this level towards the ceiling. There does not seem to be any mechanical ways of reaching these shelves still. None of them, unless they're on closer to the floor themselves. There isn't really anything to kind of get up there and grab at them. Now, ashen wood tables are weathered. Regents, tools, books, scrolls, oddities, and trinkets sit upon them. Many drawers are fit into the tables, making them feel more like desks. A 4 to 5 foot half wall of light granite brick stone forms a railing around the exposed sections of the top level to prevent falls. Additional pillars reside about the space to help support the ceiling. For those with arcane talents, what stands out to you is what is inscribed on top of the central tower at the center point of this map, and that is a teleportation circle, which is not a glow and does not seem to have any energy about it, suggesting that it is not working.
Okay.
Considering the teleportation circle, I don't know much about them as a player, but would Wingsong know if there's like a way to turn it on?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. 27.
27. It seems to you that this teleportation circle on this end is correct in a way. I'm going to state one thing. Teleportation circles are connected to another on some other face. This does appear to you as proper and should be connected, but it seems to be not.
So what I would understand is that the circle that it's connected to, something's wrong with it.
It could be that there is a problem with both of them. There could be a problem with just the one on the other end. Again, two pieces to a puzzle, you're only seeing one of the piece, so you don't know how the other
Okay.
one looks.
I'm gonna go up to this table and kind of like look at one of the books real quick.
Okay. Going up to the table and just kind of scanning and browsing some of the books. You do speak Gnomish. Everything here is Gnomish. There's nothing in common. So you're pulling them out, and as you begin to read them, it seems as though much of the texts they belong to are studies and research on the Isle of the Blessed Waters, specifically. They note that they're attempting to understand the properties of the water and its relation to time dilation.
Hmm.
Oh, you know, more of that fun.
So, and I'm gonna say this out loud. It seems like was that little bottle of water you bought from that gnome, was that
Mhm.
from the Isle of the Blessed?
Yeah, it was.
Then, if what I'm reading is correct, that water has some form of time manipulation properties like the pyramid did back in the swamp.
Uh, just color wise, that makes a fair amount of sense. I mean, we
Wasn't
didn't.
I thought the pyramid in the swamp was like a blue lightning.
the pyramid itself was jet black, and so was the liquid in that water.
No, the
No, it
water.
No?
wasn't.
The water was clear with lightning inside
Oh,
of it.
was it? I thought it was black.
No, the
No.
water was clear with lightning inside
I
of it.
didn't get it close enough to my face.
Don't worry, I was holding on to it while you were trying to, gargle it down.
I wasn't gonna gargle it. I was just gonna shot it.
Sounds about right.
Either way, it is now in the presence of Balor, and he is currently battling an entity of sorts.
That was
So
like 3 weeks ago.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
he still is battling it. I don't think gods normally just stop fighting after just a couple weeks. You know.
No, he's gonna fight until either it's gone or he's somehow defeated.
H- So how is this water used for time manipulation?
Um,
Does it seem like it was similar to the obelisk?
I'm gonna try and like skim through that part of the notes and see if I can't get a little bit more of
Can I
an
try to help
understanding
him
on
as
that.
well? And if there's meant to be like an Arcana check or something.
Um, so what you're trying to do is extrapolate on the water you
Like the
don't
water's
have.
proper,
Or you're trying to
just like
The
extrapolate on
note,
the
just the
research.
notes, just the
just
notes.
the notes. Like she wants me to look through the notes and see if they say like any specifics on like how it works with time.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make. That's fine. Make an Arcana or investigation check.
Does he get
Okay, I
advantage
can do
'cause
that for you.
Is he getting advantage because I'm helping him going through the notes and stuff?
Sure, that's fine. If you want to get the advantage for help, no worries.
Michael, sometimes you're a little bit too much like your NPCs.
Actually,
Lol.
hold on. Before you make the actual, never mind. He's already got it.
I mean, if you're gonna give me like a bardic inspiration something.
Well, I was gonna offer if he wanted
There's
to
also
either do it
guidance
like 2 individual
from your
rolls
local
or
friendly
one with
cleric.
just advantage or not, because I'm really good at Arcana. Like I have
Fair.
Yeah.
expertise in it.
I mean,
So
I could also help too. So do you need help? I could just help.
Well, I was given the help action. I'm the one who's literally reading the book. Gilga, you can't read the book unless you know Gnomish.
Got it. So
yeah, both
I mean,
of
I
them.
was just going to offer like if you both wanted to read, I would say, oh, I was going to offer to help, but
Gogo's just
Yeah.
gonna rub your shoulders.
Yeah, no,
it's
I'm guessing
you're
it's too
doing
late.
well, meow meow.
It's too late now though, because I mean he's already rolled it. I don't want to
Yeah.
like
Okay.
avert time, you know.
So with a 13 Arcana, digging through the research and stuff, it doesn't actually require a particularly high check. It just looks like what would you pick out of versus like time. So it takes a decent amount of time. You have a lot of books to go through on the desk to kind of work through reasoning as far as time and things and getting understanding. And it would suggest that the water doesn't really have a whole lot of what's the way to phrase this? The water itself, they believe is the response is responsible for the slowing of time on the Isle of the Blessed and the surrounding areas. They begin to talk about the Old One and state that this entity once touched the isle and birthed it in a way. And it is the whole foundation of Felgum, is what they study, is what they research. Through this, you can figure out that in this time of half an hour to an hour, right, you're going through the books and things, everyone kind of looking through the trinkets and the oddities and such, is that the isle itself is so slow that 7 days pass by on the mainland. One day, I should say the opposite of that. So it's 7 to 1, right? 7 to 1.
And now this does bring into question the marshes. Why there's like a
Yeah.
3-1. There must be. I'm just speculating here, but if there's something that if this entity water has time slowing properties and there's that much there, maybe it's a quantifiable thing to where there is a lesser amount of that entity presence or water in the marshes and it's
Well,
slowing down time there.
that could be due to the obelisk. The
That
obelisk
could
could.
be. It could be the obelisk.
Yeah, that thing is technically underground slash near the water. And that water flows everywhere.
Mhm.
We've never really studied the water, I guess, so didn't really pop into our minds.
Has went in it a couple times.
Yeah, we touched it a fair amount.
Mhm.
That is kind of
You
our
know what I
main way of
mean. I mean,
looking into things, is
I mean,
touching
you,
it.
you you know what I mean. Just kind of like we didn't really study, you know, the actual properties of some of the things there that might be affecting the chronomancy of the world.
No, that's not really our area of expertise.
I mean, it's my area.
Yeah, I didn't see you touching any water.
Mm.
I was more thinking about scholarly aspects, but okay.
So what were they using the water for here?
I imagine that they were primarily studying it and its properties. Considering that this generalized, at least on the mainland, it gives them more access to, more resources than the Isle of Blessedness.
In the research that I'm reading, is there any uh notes of them actually bringing water to Jinrala?
No. In fact, there is no research dating that they have done any research here in general law.
Oh,
They
Yeah,
state
that's
that
what
the
I was thinking.
water can't actually be removed from the isle unless a proper device is constructed.
As I thought.
so
So this is just this is just a collection of all the of either the research that had happened on the Isle or excess research that happened afterwards without being able to actually go there.
Like
so
just
it's kind of
theorizing?
like a what's it called, a library sort of thing. I don't know what you call
Yeah,
it, but it has all like the data and shit.
An
yeah, but
archive might be a better term.
Yeah, there you go, archive.
S-
I mean, this is so bloody much.
Do you
It
think
take
that
us years to
maybe
go through all this.
Do you think maybe that, obviously still speculating, maybe on the Isle of Blessed there's a teleportation circle and maybe the tower is connected to it?
It's possible. I mean, they've got a tower there.
I
and
would
maybe
imagine that if this is a ghost town now, maybe Damodar possibly removed it or did something to disrupt the connection to prevent
well,
anyone from going to the Isle of Blessed so easily.
Mm.
that happened a long time ago though.
Or this could go somewhere else entirely.
Yeah.
It could be true. I'm just speculating. I'm just thinking and trying to connect dots where there might not be any. Who
I mean,
knows?
it's highly possible that that's what's happened. I mean, we may find ourselves needing to go there to find out for sure.
I mean, this is
Well,
the
Wingsong,
entity is a source of power for him, no?
Mm.
It is something that he's at least derived some of his abilities from.
Yes.
I'm
DM
wonder
actively
is looking
trying
into
not to
Wing.
like suck in a lemon seed right now.
I wonder, Wingsong, if you might be able to understand. I'm gonna let you figure this out because you're on the track.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you figure
Oy.
this out. What might actually be wrong with this teleportation circle? Because I think you might have understood it
Because
just by
like,
rambling.
I did remember. I
He
actually
just keeps
wanted to get.
rambling till he gets there.
Well, like I actually wanted to get the teleportation circle spell at one point because I wanted to be able to like go to the Isle of Blessings. I knew that there was a teleportation circle there at one point, I think. Um,
But to be able to do that, you have to see the teleportation circle first and know it's
I have no
Tell
idea
the
how the spell
symbols.
works. I
hmm
only like
yeah.
read a summary of it.
Yeah, no, you
So,
for a circle you need to actually see and like memorize what that circle looks like, so that way you can create a replica so you can teleport back to it.
'Cause I think you have to like
hmm
you can memorize up to three, right? And I would imagine I remember asking if there's one in Picarius that I would remember going to because I went to a college, or if there's one in my clan.
Let's focus on you stumbling into the answer.
You
So,
don't know that.
well,
No, I'm saying, but you got close enough that he was encouraging.
I'm just going back to your Arcana check. You're also getting some information from Suit, and I'm thinking you might be able to ride the wave here. But
Like as a player or as a
as a
character?
As a
character,
player.
I know
Yeah.
as a
Do you want me
character,
to do you
you're
want me to roll another like history check or something?
if I mean you can roll a flat intelligence check, or you might plug away at another Arcana, and I can give you some more information based on what you just rambled on.
Okay, I'll do an Arcana check because I'm my intelligence is only so much. I'm way
Before you
better at
roll
Arcana.
that, what help do you want, if any?
If
You know people can
if
give you help.
anyone is able to read Gnomish, if they can help me go through these notes, maybe we can find something about the Isle of Blessed. There's so many books here and scrolls. There must be something connecting
So
the problem, you know?
so I don't I don't know Gnomish, but though could cast guidance, I could cast Flash of Genius. Flash of Genius does not
Is
require.
everyone just gonna add on to my
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
expertise?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
suit could
I'm
give you
trying not to meta
advantage.
this conversation too much. I'm trying to
Yeah,
encourage him to say to us, "Hey,
Help
I
me.
what
know.
No,
assistance
I
can
Help
just
you
did
You
it.
give me?"
go.
Without explicitly
Sure.
saying, "Hey, this
Help
I
person does
know.
this, this person does
I
that."
know, but I think we sort of had to meta this in a
No,
sense.
I mean, I did literally just ask if anyone can read Gnomish, if they can help me read the
It's
books.
Yeah,
it's
but there's
just
more than
me
just
and you.
Gnomish.
So thing will go up to you and pat you on the shoulder and say, "Lad,
You
I
well,
cannot, but maybe Pelor will give you a little help." And he
you're
casts
right. There is
on
more
you.
than just Gnomish, but this entire archive is in nothing but Gnomish.
Yeah, that's why I
But I'm
asked.
pretty smart. Maybe I can inspire you.
I don't.
I
I mean,
I'm just
y-
here. I'm just sort of here.
I
I'm
mean,
not.
I'll ask you. I'll ask you if I have
I'm
any
busy
science
poking test tubes
questions.
on the other side of the
I'm
room.
here. I'm surrounded by books.
Can you read Gnomish?
No, I'm
Okay,
not. I'm not
so
bringing anything to
so
this.
you know Gnomish, right? We've been around a lot of gnomes.
Yeah, I'll just like step over and like start looking through some of the other books with him.
Okay, so I'll ask I'll ask Gilga for any science questions to use his flash of genius, and I'll use this mini bardic inspiration, and I'll have him, and I'll have and I'll have Soot go through notes with me.
Okay.
Does this give me advantage since he's going through notes with me?
Sure. Go ahead and have normal.
Okay, I don't know how to use all this stuff, so you guys gonna have to kind of help me.
Basically it's
Yeah, it was before.
your roll at advantage with a D4 plus 5.
Yeah, just hold on
Okay.
your go to your character sheet and then just hold down Alt and click Arcana.
Okay, plus guidance.
It
Um,
should do the guidance automatically.
and then plus 5 is gonna be 27 again.
27 again. Okay. So you weren't asking particularly the right question about the circle. Aided by Suit and looking through the documents, would suggest to you, as well as Suit at this point, working together, and Gilga, the trio of you, taking time going through the books, is that the timing of the circle is not correct.
Oh, because it has to be at like a certain time, correct, for them to work. Like, I think, or am I thinking something else?
So this is going off of, we're not in canon land here. We're going into extra land. How can you teleport to something that is on a different time? You have to adjust it like a clock. And so everything is in sync.
So similar
This
to the
circle,
congruence with the towers, you can't
correct.
teleport to a different time. These are teleportations for the locations. These aren't powerful enough to teleport someone between two different timelines, essentially. These can only teleport you if they are aligned in a way. So the problem must be that because these may be both affected by time, like this may be slowed down, but it is not slow enough to be able to teleport to the Isle of Blessed. There must be only so many times in which you can teleport, if at all. So, if this is supposed to be
Both
connected to the Isle of Blessed, the Isle
both
of Blessed
things
is going too slow to teleport to it using the teleportation circle at this moment.
Nothing wants to look at the columns here around the circle. Does it seem like there's any kind of mechanisms on them?
Not by the visible eye.
Oh well, that's not all
That's
there
a
is.
very
So
telling statement.
Detect
Yeah.
magic.
I already know where you're gonna
Yeah.
go, so I know where you're gonna go here. I'm just gonna tell you.
Well, unfortunately,
Just-
Thothic does not have it prepared.
yeah.
Well, what are
Fine.
you looking for, Thorthik?
sleepover.
Well, you kind of stumbled into it there, lad. You say this is not the right time. Well, if a clock's wrong, what do you do to it?
Well,
Tune it. You fix it.
You
you fix the
change the
hands.
hand so it's the right time. You wind it and let it go. Well, maybe if they want to move back and forth at will, they need to be able to adjust something here with this. So there's got to be something here that'll let us make an adjustment.
Are
And
you
since
saying
everything
that,
here seems to be steeped in magic, clearly it's got to be hidden by magic.
Well, okay, then I'll go ahead and throw up detect magic.
The whole tower glows.
I know. I get a massive migraine of
It's
just,
just
magic
blinded by
everywhere.
the light of arcane magic.
Because like everything glows whenever it's like magical,
Ah!
right?
Staring into the sun. Yeah.
It's just one giant radiant.
up.
Yeah. No, it's like the end of Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark where they're
Like
all
looking into a
melting at the
floodlight
end.
with night vision goggles. You just
Yeah.
can't.
It's
Been there,
Wings.
done that.
Wingsong's getting reversed Wingsong. Now his head's gonna explode.
Mhm.
So, but yes, I'm gonna go and throw up detect magic.
Okay.
Oh wait, do I still have that? Let me check. I actually don't have detect magic anymore.
What?
You know who
What?
does have detect magic?
I have detect magic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I remember
alright.
removing it because I thought that someone else had it.
I can do it. I have
I mean, Sophie can prepare it, but
Okay.
do that for
So,
re-entered the value of this current situation.
Yeah.
All teaming together to put
All
our
right. So Naira,
combined
you're gonna use
knowledge
detect
to
magic.
work
You can
this
ritualize
out.
cast it, so you don't need to actually click it if you don't like to. So
Sick. Love
you
that.
ritualize cast it, taking some time, throwing it up. You are blinded by the arcane eruption. No, there's a lot of magic here in this space. Some of the trinkets, the oddities, are showcasing magic in a sense. None of them have any sort of potency that make them like kind of combat related magical items or anything you would use. But they're more of like maybe glasses that help you look closer to read a book, right? Or something like really
Like
interesting.
spectacles.
Kind of
Nerdy
oddities.
shit is what you're
Yeah, a
saying.
little bit of tinkerers type things that might help something
Nice
that
four
My
eyes.
that
thing.
bonuses
That's
them.
my thing.
From what you can
Yeah, both
understand,
things are
in going to out of character land here, is that if you gathered enough of this, you could probably get Tinkerer's tools at a high value, right? You may be able to get like a +10 modifier to a Tinkerer's tools here, if you're able to culminate some of these things. Information you can share if you'd like to, but that's not really that pertinent. Now, magical to the tower, the rune, the little bit of like little gem things on the rune cover pillars, those each are magical. They're permanent lighting things, so they're just giving off similar to what a light spell is. So you're kind of shitting that. And the teleportation circle is magical, and it's not just that the circle itself on the ground is magical, but the entire column of space that goes from the ceiling to the bottom is riddled with magic, and that is identical to a teleportation circle type school of magic, or teleportation itself, which is, I believe, conjuration.
Okay.
Do you share this all with us?
Especially the Tinkerer tool.
Yeah.
I think she's focused, honestly. Sorry, Goga. I think she's focused on. I think she'd say there's a. I think she'd be like, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. This circle. She hasn't been helpful this whole time, so I feel like she's really excited about the circle.
That's so cute.
I think
That
she'll
could
be
help.
like, Goga, there's like glasses and stuff, and then she's gonna like focus in on relaying the information about the circle. She mentions it offhand.
So
Okay.
the tower, like the column below the circle, that is the center column is the one that's magical as well with conjuration, right?
The column of space in the air above the rune is magical. The column itself below, I'll give you that, is magical. There's a barrier, but you can put your head around. So that entire space from the top of the tower to the bottom of the tower, of the radius of the pillar, that whole column is magical.
Okay. I'm trying to wrap my head around of how they would adjust time here in order to align with the other circle.
Gilga, maybe if you use all this weird stuff, it'll help.
But you don't tell me that they're all used for tinkerer's tools, right? I
I
just
don't.
sort of inference that myself, right?
I
I
mean, you are an artificer. I imagine you'd kind of understand what tinker's tools would be.
Yeah, I know,
I
I
don't.
know,
I don't know
I
what
know it would.
I don't know what Tinker Tools specifically include. So I'm just. It's
Do
just
I need
weird.
to
It's
make an
just weird stuff for me.
investigation to know that this is for tinkerer's tool?
I mean, I guess if you asked me specifically, I would describe what I was seeing.
No, I don't. You know that they're pieces of Tinkerer's tools, right? They're kits and things. You
All
can
right.
find that. You just don't know that they're individually magical to give you benefits. I'm sure if you spent some time putting on the glasses and be like, "Whoa, this is cool! I can see closer without having to do anything," and like
I'm gonna ask
grabbing.
Nair, there's anything special about these items? How about that?
Um, I sort of like gesture. I'm like, yeah, lots of it's magic.
Okay, that's good enough for me. I'm now
That's
going to
good.
try them out. So I'm gonna try
Okay.
them out, put on the glasses, see if they give me any supervision.
So the circle, it's like it's definitely magic. It's just
Do you
How
do
magic?
that? Do you do that in real time?
yeah.
What? Putting
Yes, I
on?
do.
You do this
Yes, I do.
where your token is at, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
As you do
god.
this in the air above your token, the pillar underneath you actually moves. You can hear the stone shifting around like gears in each independent segment as the actual tower begins to rotate. So the
Okay.
tower's literally rotating right now.
Guys,
So all of you kind of grabbing
Uh,
onto the tables and things
yep.
as you're kind of moving this around.
Oh god.
guys. Did you see it? Did you feel it?
Okay.
Kind of hard to miss when the whole place starts doing the
Yeah,
boogie.
you just fantasiaed it.
I found the clock. I think I found the clock.
You found something. We just need to see what it was you interacted with.
Okay, as soon as the tower starts shaking and moving, I rush over to the circle and tell everyone to please move. I need to look at this real quick. And yeah, I'm gonna cast as a ritual identify on the magic spell that's affecting the tower or what the magic that you described the column
Okay.
is being affected by.
Okay. Just taking your ritualized casting that.
Yes.
Okay. So taking your time and ritualized casting it, it seems from your identification that this teleportation circle is chronologically linked with the physical manifestation of the tower's position relative to the pillar underneath it. Something to do with what Naira did, pointing into the air, was actually shifting things in space around, which you can all not see somehow. And as Nair was blindly moving it, seems to have been adjusting the actual very nature of the chronological system here. It could be days, months, it could be years, it could be seconds, maybe it's nanoseconds, even smaller than increments. It could be minutes, right? So it's unclear of how the increments of the pillar are. Just know that it was a rapid shift just by
So I
moving
moved the
hand
tower.
a little bit.
I moved the whole thing, and it was an accident, but it was cool.
So
How'd you go about doing it?
I was indicating that there was magic in the circle, and I was speaking with my hands, and apparently the tower was a good listener, and it moved. And I am not entirely sure what the repercussions are of that discovery.
Well, we'll find out when we mess more things up.
That's the spirit.
I think maybe we want to refrain from waving our hands in the air like we just don't care for a bit until we know what we're touching.
Absolutely.
Hands
But
up, playing our song.
can I do it
If I had
one
a
more
guess,
time?
if I had a guess, it's probably this area directly above the circle that's causing such an effect when it comes to hand movement.
So they must have been able to align the towers. The tower itself must be, you know, placed must be able to be manipulated in its space and time in order to align with that Isle of Blessed. And that spell that they have on the tower itself, the column and the space above the circle, must be what they use to align the tower. The question then is, how do we align it? And how do we know what time it is on the Isle of Blessed so that we can align to that time?
I I have a brute force way of checking that. We could have somebody stand in the circle and we spin the tower till they teleport.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that's
I'll
But
do it. I'll
how?
do it.
that
But
is
how?
I'll
probably
do
How
it.
do we
I'll do
know?
it.
worst
I'm going right
idea
in the
I've
center of
heard
it.
today. No, get out of the
How?
circle. Pull him.
No, I'm
Someone pull him
doing
out
it.
of
I'm
the circle.
here. But
Someone
For the
pull him
love of
out of the circle now.
I
For
want to
love
do
of
it.
the
All right.
cat lord, we do not want to fuck with this. Because what if the time is also affecting us as well?
Exactly.
Well, we
But
did just spin.
if we're
We
spinning this, I'm in.
we don't. We
I'm
didn't
going in.
just
All right, and what
spin
happens? We
Nayara.
go back down. We find a way to open the door, go back outside, and we're like, I don't know, say 3-4 million years in the past.
Nayara, we
That's a
didn't.
bit
We
of a
cannot.
problem, don't you think?
I
We
mean, I guess
cannot.
That's
our priorities shift radically.
We cannot just
Aye.
play with this
obviously the
magic.
leader won't be around.
We cannot just play with this magic. This is extremely powerful magic. What if this is affecting our bodies as well? What if we die? What if we go into a completely different
I
I've
time?
mean,
said
And
about 3 times now. When Diana put her hands up and waved them around, things happen. Think she touched something that's there that we cannot see.
Can
So
I
we
see
need to figure
something?
out what it was.
Can I see anything in the magic in the air? Because I've
No,
still got my spell going. It's
it doesn't just specifically tell you. As far as you just know, there is magic above the circle. You don't. You know the school of the magic, and you know there's magic above it, but you do not understand the complexities. The
so
identification is helpful, but it does not help you because you cannot see it. So there's
if my
something.
hand's in it, do I feel it?
No, you don't. As you put your hand in, it
I
begins to
already
move
survived
once
time
more.
travel once.
You go
Barely.
around the horn.
should we
If
go
only,
upstairs then?
I'm surely they must have some way of seeing what's going on here, you know? If you have a
Maybe
little
one of
trouble
the
seeing, you
trinkets
put
on
on
the
a pair of
table.
glasses. or
I'm gonna
something.
go put the glasses on.
What glasses?
Wait,
I'm gonna go
wait.
put the glasses on. I'm putting
No, I
the
already
glasses.
had the glasses. I already had the glasses. I already said it. I called dibs.
I'm not gonna keep them. You can keep them.
Why don't
No,
you just have Gilga put them on?
no. Let me put them on.
You can put
Come
them
on.
on.
I'm running towards it. I'm getting the glasses.
You guys are
I guess
very
the question
childish when it
to
comes to world-saving things.
I always
Well,
like a kindergarten with some of you.
I said you could put them on. I didn't. It's not like I gave him a wedgie or like a swirly. I said you can put them on.
maybe
I
you
just
should.
I know. I'm
Totig,
considering it
Because
now.
when he's got the glasses on, just hoist them.
Totig, please tell me that I'm not going to die today because of these people.
Give him Dougie. Always do.
We
You
almost
know,
die
lad,
almost every day because of
it's
you,
not.
and we still keep you around.
Honesty is a virtue, lad, and I like to stick to it, so I cannot make a promise like that. I'm sorry.
I just don't want to die trying to figure
I
out what the hell this tower
Believe me,
does.
lad, I'm pulling for us too. I hope we make it out here alive.
The
I
two
already said I'll
scholarly people.
stand in the circle.
You can be the test subject, but we
Excellent. I'm
cannot.
doing it. I'm still standing in the circle.
Okay. Just please don't move anymore.
Move.
All right,
Can I still
Gilga, what
breathe?
do you see?
I
What
think
do I
this-
see?
Nothing.
The
Glasses are
I
just
see
glasses.
nothing.
They help you zoom in a little bit.
Oh,
He did mention that,
Wow.
but it was cool that you tried it.
I could see a little more details.
Yeah,
Man.
in books.
No, wait, come, Gilga, come here. Come here. Over
Oh,
here. Over here by me. Right
okay,
here.
okay,
Come
okay,
on.
okay, 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 okay,
All
okay,
right, no,
okay.
closer. All right, no, other side of me. All right, go here. Stand it down.
Well, we can't
Look
just
at the
turn it
pillar.
around.
Look at the pillar.
All
What
right,
do you
all
see on the
right,
pillar?
all right. I'm looking at the pillar right now.
Looks like a light sandstone pillar with some gnomish runes for
Slightly zoomed in.
abjuration magic. Looks nice.
Okay,
right.
see, looks like I see some runes. Some aber No. I can't
Abjuration.
pronounce it. Yeah, abjuration, but I don't know why I
Abjuration, yeah.
cannot pronounce. I don't know why I cannot pronounce it right now.
All right,
But yeah.
go over by Nayera.
Okay.
Nayera, put up your hand where it was, and Gilga, look up at her hand. Do you see anything?
I am looking at it right now. What do I see?
You don't
Okay.
see me putting my hand up.
So this is where it's going to get kind of funny because I've been going off of your token positions. So Naira, you're
shit.
putting your hand up.
I didn't put my hand up.
You're not putting your hand up. Okay.
No, they told me
Okay.
not to.
All right.
Nayera, please, for our sake, we need to know where your hand
No,
was. when
I
things
don't
happened.
want to be the reason that somebody dies.
All right, everyone out of the circle before Nayera puts her hand up.
Everyone blames me and my apparent lack of morals.
I mean, that was
Look,
only
I'm begging
Soot,
y'all,
that's-
please. We cannot figure this out if we fuck around like this. So, Gilga, go stand next to Nayera there. Paz, right, out of the circle. Good lad. No.
I'm gonna
Next to Nayera.
I want to slyly sneak
No.
my foot back in.
Not
You
in the
guys-
circle.
No,
I thought it was
guys,
gonna be out of the
over
circle.
here, lad.
You guys
Those
are
are-
really painful to me
Yes,
right now. Do not
there.
make me force you guys to stand still.
Now, Nayera.
Hey, you can't.
Would you be
I
willing to
don't
put your
think you can
hand
do
up?
that.
Would you be willing to put your hand up now, Nayera? No one's in the circle, so no one should disappear. Please.
I just realized where's Varys?
He's over there.
He's doing his own thing. He's chilling. He's got the right idea, honestly.
He's high.
Having a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only
You
came
put
over here
your-
because somebody
Naira,
didn't
you
volunteer.
putting the hand in?
Yeah, even though they're just gonna yell at me for doing what they asked me to do.
So you put your hand in, give a little, get a little finger work.
Gilga,
Sure,
watch
why
what
not?
she's doing.
Yeah, give a little something. So you begin to work it. Eventually, the tower begins to vibrate and move, kind of shifting in different things as you're kind of moving your hand. Thing.
I
Gilga?
was told to do this.
You do that. You're doing this. That's what you're doing. This. Going back.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're
You're
that
swiping right or left.
tower's going back and forth as it rotates around the dial. Everyone's getting sick. It's throwing you all for a loop. Gilga, you don't see anything. Paz, are you trying to get into the circle while they do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I still
Paz,
want to move a
Paz-
foot in.
So
Of
Paz, you
course.
take a step in as the tower is spinning and circling. As you take a step in, you are brought on the other side, and you see a visceral map in three-dimensional space. As you're standing up on the circle, and the inside of the circle, as Nair is working it, the dimensional space is presented to you as it begins to relate in Gnomish. Looking around
no.
the different language that's written in here, Paz, you do not speak Gnomish. You have no idea what anything says.
I am shouting stop.
I stopped. Oh, I found actually. Can you take a look at my hand now?
Is he the only one that can see this?
That's correct. As soon as Paz stepped into the circle,
into the circle.
the
Okay.
visceral three-dimensional map formed,
Big
and it
song.
was similar to a
Paz, did you have
cylinder
fun?
with the way the map goes around on the edge of the cylinder. On the edge.
Wait, song.
Yeah. Yes.
Step in. Gilga, step in.
All right, that's what I was afraid it was gonna be. You can only see
Gilga,
what's
good.
happening if you're inside the circle.
I don't
Gnomish,
know.
though.
So you read Gnomish? Go.
Wait, I don't
I
read
don't think
Gnomish.
you're just a hater. Step in.
Wait, hold on. I don't speak Gnomish. What are you talking? Take the glasses.
No, but you have the glasses. Do it. It's
Oh.
fine.
The glasses do. I promise you.
Glasses probably do nothing, but still.
No, but I'm not going to understand the words, am I? It should be up to you.
Whatever.
So-
Who knows?
It will if Soot hops in.
We'll need clearly
Go on,
everything's
Soot.
there in Gnomish, so probably need someone in there who speaks Gnomish.
You want to find out so bad? Hop in the circle.
Soot and I both know Gnomish. That's
Hop
all
in,
who
it's
knows
trippy.
Gnomish.
How about all four of you just walk in the damn circle?
Also, I don't think we need Naira on the outside. We're giving this thing around. You could probably do it from the middle too.
No, but I mean, you have to relay like what she's. Oh, you know what? That's probably
No,
a good idea.
apparently I've been assigned as driver of this, despite.
I
She
mean,
has-
you drove
she
the
has
boat
the
really
most
good.
She has
Thank
the most
you.
experience with it, so I'm going to trust her with
You know
being
what?
Oh, you're gonna trust me now?
If nothing else,
the
you
mood
need
that
someone
you're
who is
switching to?
pretty good at
I
perception.
don't know what
so
made you not have me trust you. I've been telling
even though I
you that
cannot
You
read
told
shite about
me.
Gnomish.
I'm spinning it. I don't care.
Okay. So, as you step into the circle, the cylinder that was presented to you, Paz, is not actually there until someone actually moves their hands up at the mechanisms of the barrier, which is invisible until it presents itself that you're moving your hands upright. No one, as you've gone to the tower, has actually done this. So that's why it never happened. Okay? You all went to the tables. Wingsock looked at it and was like, oh, that's the teleportation circle. You all went your separate ways about the tower. So no one's actually.
They're staring at it the whole time.
Yeah, but those things stared, but no one was actually touching in the air.
Right.
So that's why when Era did it, I prompted. So we're down we're down the rabbit hole, far down.
The
Okay.
smart people take care of it.
So now that you're in,
I only have an
and
8 intelligence.
now that
I
you're
have
in
a
and
17.
you're kind of reaching for where it is, then shoots up and presents itself, and it's not very large. Okay, so it's kind of those asking as far as what Naira is doing, because Naira is medium, and this is presented for small, small, and you have to be, if you reach up if you're a gnome. So Naira is kind of going towards down
I'm
low.
just literally.
That's why I was
She's
asking
DJ
what it
on
is
the
you're
table.
doing. So you're like touching the top end of this as it's rotating, and what this is in increments of is seconds, minutes, hours, and days. And similar in fashion, almost identical in the way that the obelisk structure is, and the way that things can shift through. You can cycle those increments around in the cylinder to relate to a specific date in minutes, seconds, hours, and days. And it's presented as such in a clock of 7. And that is something that is attuned to what is now going to, remember we were talking about in the books, 1 to 7. And that you have to get on the you have to get it towards 7 days. And then you have to start adding up the minutes and the seconds and the hours of your particular day.
So he needs someone with keen mind who always knows what time it is.
Okay, so I will actively tell everyone what you just described.
Okay.
Because I assume everything you said everything was in Gnomish, so everything that you're saying is like it's all in Gnomish.
It's all in
Same.
Gnomish. So whoever has Gnomish is translating at this point.
Okay, guys. Well, it seems like it works similar to the obelisk.
Great. That went really well.
We have
In
to.
it?
No.
Well, remember that we have to align the time of this tower with the Isle of Blessed. Thus, you'll have to set the days. Now indicate which area she's gonna have to put her finger at for the days. And
I'm pretty sure.
Do you
it's
want
like-
me to step in the circle?
will you be able
Well, actually, no. It'd probably be easier if one of if
Why do
you?
Gilga, could you move, please? Could you
Finger
just
that
move?
one, Naira. Finger that one.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
go
you.
in.
Thank you. This is ridiculous.
Like, see, the thing here is like,
you know, guys, I'm just trying to be the most serious wing song ever.
You are, and it's definitely a
And
vibe.
it's working mostly.
Yeah.
see, the thing is this is relatively sized for a gnome, so the one that would control the days is like at your kneecaps, Naira. You would have to crouch down to get to it.
That's genuinely fine. I will kick it. No, that's fine.
I just kick it.
If I have to crouch to touch something, I'd rather at least see what it is I'm crouching for.
Do we actually see the notches and stuff like it would be
Yeah.
an obelisk? Oh,
The
okay.
best way I can describe this is when you're in the inside, it forms like a wallpaper of a cylinder. Okay, imagine a wallpaper of a cylinder. You can still see through it. That's why I said it's 3-dimensional. You can still see through it because it's presenting. It's also popping out towards you a little bit, and it forms in these band rings that go around, and they're spaced like numbers as they go around, and a specific line that goes through marks with an arrow on top, and that basically is the order of what you want it to be, right? So you're all trying to get what you want below that arrow as you cycle them through.
Can I set it to today?
You have
So-
you have to set it to 7 days. because it's 7 days behind us.
So
But then we have to figure out the actual time.
correct. So you have figured out the 7 days, but how many minutes, how many seconds,
And
and what hour?
seconds and everything.
Mhm.
They
Right,
must have
is
they
right
must have
now.
a clock here. Do we know are clocks things?
There are clocks, yeah. Some people
Okay.
do have pocket watches.
Okay, I
Give
didn't know
people
clock?
what
Do
I
you
didn't
all
know
have
what,
pocket
like-
watches?
I don't.
I just didn't know if we were like in the era where clocks were things.
Yeah, no, clocks. Certain people have clocks. I mean, they're expensive, but people do have clocks.
Well,
The
then
question
they
is
must have
there a clock here?
That's
So
no things.
could
Just
you
just
go
start
look?
looking around.
Yeah,
Okay.
someone look around for a clock.
All right.
There
Do,
must be one here.
What,
Otherwise, they
what,
wouldn't know what
So-
time
do
it
you need to
is.
roll for that, or
No, I
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
don't
look
need.
for a
I
clock
won't.
too,
I won't
since
need
I'm
a
out.
roll at this point. I'm going to
Okay.
state because 3 of you individuals have already gone through the desk and gone through the things. You 3 know that there is a clock here. There is numerous of them. They're pocket watches, and they are in some of the desks, and they have been. They're there. They're presented as a bronze pocket watches, very tiny in pocket. No, particularly. And so Thothic, you can be pointed and helped out along with Gilga, because Gilga knows where one is, and you're able to grab one. And they are in the term of seconds. They are multiple different bands. And as you stare at them and look, it now relates to what is presented in the cylinder, and that they're all corresponding to second. I'm lagging. I'm coming back. Hold on. Just wait.
No, please, Michael, don't lag on us now.
Just wait.
yeah?
Wait.
moment.
I'm back.
The
Okay.
lag is
Okay.
real.
I'm back. It's okay. Come on, it happens. It's like 10 minutes. It's like 6 seconds.
Fine,
Jeez.
guys.
Gosh. Okay, and so
Gosh.
every single arrow of the clock, okay, that is going to correspond to a second, correspond to a minute, and correspond to an hour. Okay? That is
Okay.
what it's corresponding to. It's 3 different things, which is going to relate now to the top 3 of the bands that are there. So you're able
If
to
we
get a
can-
watch.
I feel
Well, I want
so.
Fingal.
I
I'll
feel
add a
so
gnomish pocket
accomplished right
watch
now.
to my inventory,
Sounds good.
and I will walk it back in and say, "All right, you set the day, but here's your hours, minutes, and seconds right there."
Okay.
Okay. There, you said it.
Yep.
I think.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I heard it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Naira said yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So you
Yep.
4, as you're standing onto the circle, greenish
No
sphere
way.
begins to surround you, all 4, and you are teleported.
No way.
And you are no longer here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
You do not know the amount of satisfaction and pride I have in myself right now.
Oh my god.
I'm stuck with you, cunts, and I feel pretty indifferent.
Wingsong is just a pure smile of joy on his face right now as he's just figured out how to work this thing.
Give me 1 second here.
We are being dragged to a map.
You're
That's
not being
far
dragged.
to
You're not being
hell.
dragged
Being
to a
dragged to hell.
moon. Jeez.
Drag to
Being
our
dragged
doom,
to
that's where
hell,
we're going.
obviously.
Like as a player, I'm so excited that I finally actually figured something out for once and used my brain because I never done anything smart.
There's an
Aw.
NPC here.
F.
We found him.
We found the
Where are
little guy.
we?
Mm-hmm.
Headmaster Pouring!
Okay. So, for those that are left in the tower. All right, you were
They can be
standing
left
in
in the
your
dark.
token.
Found the
position.
little bastard.
Pretty
He's
much
here.
just Varys at this point, who is absolutely half asleep, smoking the pipe. You watch as one of your party members are moving their hands wildly around, talking to themselves, and then all of a sudden this greenish beam, and it's like Zorb sucks into them. I mean, to you, they could very well be dead. Like, they're gone. Paz,
He's what
they're
I'm trying
no
to figure out
longer.
if that actually happened or not.
They're no longer in front of you. And Gilga, you're kind of holding your watch, right? Looking at it, being like, grabbing some
Shit,
finger
we got-
stools. And you see that that's
Shit, we
happening.
got stuck
Now-
with Gilga.
Now, for those
What's
4...
what's wrong with me?
I wanted soot.
Okay. So for those 4, you appear on a soft granite floor engraved with a large conjuration rune, which again kind of
Soft
relates
granite?
to that of a teleportation. circle, you can see a small bronze plate at its center underneath. There's a staircase that ascends roughly 6 feet in front of you to a living kind of kitchen chamber of sorts. A fireplace burns bright with a dark blue flame. Couches made of flesh cotton and wood sit about it. The kitchen is lightly equipped with a cast iron stovetop, old wooden cupboards, a bar for prep. Strangely, a few potions of a variety sit on top of the dark stain. Frayed and engraved double wooden door resides center of the western wall, and a metallic door with a unique handprint sits in the northwest corner. What becomes apparent to you as you're standing here rather disoriented, the actual teleportation circle begins to change and is no longer the same, identical to that of the General Law Tower, but is now of something different entirely. The bronze plate still sits at the center. It's like a stepping plate that sits at the center of that. Now, you are looking at, well, is the only person in here besides yourself. And I'm going to give you a description of this individual. This person is an old male forest gnome with large ears and a great wiry gray beard. They have a dark gray and maroon wrap around their head and a robe made of similar colorations with tan leathers or hide. They carry a brown cloth satchel and a large wooden and neatly polished quarterstaff. The quarterstaff is currently leaned on the bar counter. They're actually cooking something on a cutting board, so they're actually prepping something, I should say. And they have a pipe in the mouth as they smoke. They are doing it. As you teleport in, they look towards you. My God!
Hey, Mail's here. We got a letter
Rolls
for
back and literally passes out.
What?
Falling
I'm carrying the
unconscious.
letter, by the way.
you. Ah, shoot. We
That's
left
Not
the-
dead.
dodgy
Not
hard.
dead. Not
left the
dead.
letter for you.
Passed out from
Oh, shit, one
fright.
of the worst carriers ever.
Shit, they're
Oh
gonna
my
fire
God.
us for sure.
All
We're
right.
not gonna keep this job.
So I'm gonna have it
Lights make it-
unpaused. We're gonna
Okay.
pause this, and we're gonna now come to the General Law Tower. Okay?
Oh my God.
What are you three doing?
So funny.
Well, shit.
None of you can read Gnomish.
What'd you think was gonna happen?
Oh,
I
no.
mean,
Uh,
I was hoping Gilga would be in there.
And
why
then-
me?
You?
I mean,
I don't know where
Because?
they went. Because.
I
Well,
mean, theoretically, all we have to do is step in and go with them, right?
I guess, but I mean, let's see if I can find another pair of glasses. See if we could do this.
Step in.
All right,
Why
Paz,
do
you
you
step
think
in.
we're so
As you do, a greenish bubble storms around, and you are teleported. Now, the difficult part about this is that for you all in the four, in the literal seconds that you have appeared in space, and the minute or so that Paz has decided, no time has really changed for you all here. But the minute has passed, and so you all are still identical to the spaces you are. And as the greenish bubble begins to form, you all are shoved into the walls in the
Mhm.
respective
Mother.
corners here, hitting into the walls as Paz comes into space. And as that happens, I'm going to roll just damage for the fun of it. 16 points of force damage as you're thrown into the walls from the teleportation. Paz is here. We're going to have it unpaused and go back to the General Law Tower. Varys?
Do you have that letter?
Huh?
Nope. We're
What-
paused at
what
the other.
the-
We're paused.
Hey,
We're the
Gilga.
other four. So just Gilga and Varys.
I think we
What?
should step in.
All right, wait for me, douche.
Hey, teacher, can you bring me back to the where are we? I accidentally left it thinking that
I'm
I'd be
bringing-
able to-
I got you. I'll bring it back.
Thank you
We're,
so
we're,
much.
we're gonna act. We're gonna
Where are
activate it. We're activating it now. Just FYI.
Okay,
Okay.
you're awesome, by the way. I really appreciate everything
Okay.
you do.
So as the bubble begins to form again, as Paz appears, right as
dive?
Paz, literally right as Paz appears, and you're shoved into the wall again shoved into the wall, as the teleportation forms again. Paz, you get thrown in, and you as well take some damage. Again, I'm not going to sign it; it's just for the fun of it. But really knocking into heavy heart, since you're kind of at that side of when you walked in space, and then Gilga and Varys are there.
What the hell?
Hey,
Jerks?
We've all just learned a valuable lesson on teleportation circles.
I
Oh
feel
my
You're all
god.
nauseous.
standing here like a bunch of idiots.
I feel really nauseous right now.
Cody.
Yeah, let's
I
just,
think he's going to go.
Varys,
I
did
think
you
he wants
forget
to
that
check
this
on
time
the
dilation?
passed out dude.
You literally didn't give us any time to move.
That was wild. Can
We
I?
gave
Y'all are the
us
ones
like
that
there
just
was like a
teleported.
minute.
Yeah, I
You-
watched y'all
time-
teleport, then I walked over
time-
there. I watched Paz teleport, and then I teleported. Plenty of
Time dilation. We
Well,
move
whose
at
fault
one
is
step.
that?
The fucking aisle that we're currently standing
Also,
in.
Why did we come
asshole,
here?
I'm gonna shove Varys. Why
And
don't you
I'm
give
gonna-
me time to move?
Because we needed to talk to that
I mean, I
old
did. I waited
fart
for
that
Hilda
we
to walk over
scared
here.
to have to
Time
death.
dilation.
That is no old fart, my friends. That is Pastor Porig.
Yeah,
I think it's
Figured that
Can we-
much, but this scene is a little too comical to be serious.
I don't think we're gonna be getting that boat back.
Yeah.
Can we could
It's
I ask for a
questionable.
moment of quiet here, just so we don't scare the old man if he comes around?
Pass. Do you have that letter?
Yes.
Guys,
I'm
Can
pretty
I-
sure
can I-
I'm pretty sure he knows how to take us back. We'll be fine.
guys, can we just take a moment to congratulate ourselves on being able to
Varys, that
bring
was-
this one out? You know, that
He's
we're
already
not
gone. He's
So
already
Varys,
over this
that is
shit.
a circular metallic door that you have kind of pressed, and it just kind of flutters inwards, forming seamlessly with the wall to its right. You then pass through the corridor of this kind of like bronze and brass metallic wall, which is very similar to the plates that cover the General Tower, but now it's a solid foundation of the walling around you. The ceiling height roughly of 7 feet. You make your way into a small study with a similar circular door on the western side. The books themselves are stacked neatly in 2 to 3 foot intervals, and they resemble those of identical to that of the General Tower that you were just at.
Hmm.
Heavyheart, what are you
Yes.
doing?
I
Or
mean,
the
just
snow.
checking on him, make sure that is he dead? Is he just
Food,
unconscious?
food.
Did he pass
Make
out?
make a medicine check. You don't
I
normally get
will.
those, so
We'll let Pass.
I
nice
will
use of
Pass
self.
hit him.
I will cast guidance on myself
Okay.
for that.
and I'll give him bardic inspiration as well.
Appreciated.
When I like target you.
Bardic Inspiration
they
does
can't-
work now, by the way. Should work. They fixed the nest.
Sorry, I just have to like remember how these things work because I don't use it.
So once you're in the menu there, you should be able to find it within your bonus actions features.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You should pop up the menu, and then you can apply your...
What do I
I'm gonna
have?
tear a
Right.
chunk off of
D10,
this bread,
right?
though.
That's correct. It's a D10 for you. Awesome.
Okay, good. There it is. So here we go.
Let's make sure. Let's see if it works. Come on, baby.
Wait a minute.
No, it's
The
2
hell did I
guidance. Biding.
Holy sh! You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna use these anyway because this is gonna get crazy.
So many of them.
Whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
know.
whoa.
Just one.
All right. So it
Okay,
looks like
that's
it's
enough.
Okay, never mind.
cool. All right. So we have the 28 for the medicine check. As you begin to look over, it seems that the old forest gnome is in good health, has been eating well, and is well rather old. Well, they're just really passed out from fright. So give them a good old little slap
Thank
across
God.
the face a
So,
little
yep,
bit to kind
go
of
back
wake
in.
them up a little bit, and they
Oh yeah.
open their eyes. Oh, oh,
Put a hand on
oh,
his fist. Steady, steady.
oh,
Alright.
oh, what is happening?
We just
Oh,
we were investigating. We found a little teleportation circle and brought us here.
oh, you've fixed the teleportation circle, General. Oh, good
Correct.
job, yeah, young lad. That's a good job.
And who are you, sir?
My name is Porig.
Oh,
Master Porig?
Well, yeah, I once was a headmaster, but
wait
I'll
a
give you
minute.
Yeah, we knew he was here.
I have a quick question. Does he look like the gnome from that vendor back in
Waiting for someone to
Oshima?
ask that.
He does not look like that gnome. No,
Interesting.
he's not. Fit the
The
description
moment,
of that.
yeah, the moment you called him, like the moment I saw the token, I was like, that's not him.
Nope, it's not him.
I would just like to say that Wingsong is like bursting with joy right now.
We have a letter for this guy.
Master
we do.
Porig, I have a letter from your previous trainee, Strella.
Oh,
She now works at a desk at a wonderful inn in Oh crap! What was that city we were in?
Othema. She
Othema.
works in Othema.
Othema. There you go. That
yeah,
one.
Well,
She helped me make a bunch of potions. Also, this bread's really good, by the way. Hold on a second.
Oh,
Here,
well,
I'm gonna
would
dig
you,
through.
do you want more bread?
No, this is plenty filling.
Oh, it's
I'm
fine. Grabs
honestly,
a bowl from underneath the
I'm
counter,
kind of nauseous.
uncorks
Traveling
one of
through
the,
that circle made me sick.
takes a bowl underneath the counter, even though he said no, grabs one of the potion vial bottles, uncorks it, pours a little dot, begins to hover the hands over it, conjuring food as the bread blooms into the bowl. Here you are, lad.
Well,
Oh
thank
my
you.
god. Oh my god,
That's
guys.
a
He
good
just
one.
conjured bread out of magic
In
bullshit.
exchange, I have this letter for you. I'm
I
gonna
can
hand
do
him
the same
letter
thing,
from
lad. I don't
Strella.
need the potion though.
You can make bread with your hands?
I
Yeah, it's called baking. I can
No, I
do
mean
it
with
too.
no.
I mean with magic
Yeah, I've
like
tried
he did.
baking before.
Or gets on the counter and falls asleep.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he just did the thing.
I don't
Uh,
think. I think it took him a lot.
Master Porig, I'm just gonna kind of like gently
Oh,
shake him.
So yeah, so things gonna tap him on the ocean.
yes. What
Uh,
is it?
This letter for you is from Strella.
Oh, Strella. Yes, I haven't
She asked
seen
me to
that.
deliver it to you when she heard that we were on our way to try and find you.
Oh, well, it seems an awfully long way to travel just for a letter. I haven't seen Strella
Well,
in...
I mean, it wasn't just the letter. The letter was kind of the secondary, but yeah.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Let me... So, Strella, wonderful.
She
I'm just
misses
gonna
you
look
a
at him.
lot. and
I'm
she
just gonna look
appreciates
at him
everything
and
that
wait
you taught her.
patiently.
Would
She
you
loves
be a
you.
fine lad and grab my reading glasses in my room over there? Points to the double window door.
This one
Gilga, hand them the
Yes,
glasses.
that one.
Hand them the glasses, Gilga.
over there.
It's on the nightstand, left side. Thank you.
Which left? The bed left or my left?
Bed left, please.
Thank you.
Wait, son, I don't think we should be taking anything from here.
Is that over? I'll just pick up glasses if I see them.
Thank you. You find them. Yeah, they're there.
Then
Gilga, you don't know how long
Fine
of
little
my
spectacle.
life
Bring
I've
it-
been
Just bring it
wanting
back to
to
him.
meet some
Here.
of these people.
Oh, thank you. Remember, this is a study or place for a gnome, so everything is tiny in a way. Just FYI. Not the
Everything's-
couches,
things-
like the bar is like sunken down. The couches are okay, but like the chairs are, you know.
If you ever been to Korea or Vietnam, everything's like child-sized compared to regular
Yes.
humans. So
Yes.
it's
Compared to human size.
well, like
It-
Western sizes, because they're only
Right.
like 5'3"
Let's keep
at
it that way.
max.
Let's keep it. North Korean
No.
is not human. Okay.
What a wonderful
Western
person.
sizes.
What a wonderful person. Strella was always a fine pupil, just like her mother.
She helped
Yeah.
me make a bunch of potions.
Oh, very
Paris
good
drank a
with-
lot of them.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's him over there sitting on your couch. He's like 3 sizes too big for.
Okay. Thank you for the message. I have some coin around here somewhere for your services.
Coin isn't required, thank you.
It's for you.
Coin
would
for what services, sir?
Well,
we
Giving
would
a letter.
Probably the mail.
yeah, we would
envoy.
rather
Letter?
just ask you some questions, to be completely honest. We're rather curious.
So many people at once.
Um,
What?
My name is Paz. Hello.
Has
I've heard a
meet
lot
you.
of you, and you seem like a very esteemed person.
Hello, sir. I am Wing Song of the Echoing Bluff clan of the continent of Picarius. I have read so much about you. Oh my god.
I am Thorthig Heavyheart,
Have you
priest of Pelor.
Oh.
Have you ever been to Althema?
Oh. You're not a Talthar, are you?
No, actually, they offered me a position and I turned them down.
Well, that's good. I would have had to turn you into a chicken.
Can
You're
you
welcome
do
to
that
try.
anyway?
See,
But I do
that's the
have a
thing that he
question
can do
for
because
you.
he survived the Great Purge, guys.
So many voices. It's been a long time since I've had
I'm
company.
gonna-
If you don't mind, I'll put the kettle on and perhaps we can sit on the couches over there for more pleasant conversations than you all piling up at the bar here and try to
Yeah, I'm
ramble
I'm
on
coming
with
up. I'm grabbing
questions.
Wing Song.
Give me a second here. Begins to mage hand different things onto the stovetop.
I'm
I
gonna sit right
appreciate that
next to
answer to my
Soot, and I'm gonna be
question,
like,
sir. Have
I'm
you
gonna be so
recently
happy.
been to? Have you recently
Um,
been to Othema?
Oh, Thema, a vile city of the Tautars? No, I wouldn't find myself the likes of that, no.
I would like to do an insight
It's
check on
fun.
that, please,
I would just like to mention I'm sitting like
with
a
guidance.
very excited, pretty
Okay.
boy on the couch, just like,
I'll roll the
oh my
d4
god,
second.
oh my god, we're meeting Headmaster Porig. So I'm like shaking, so like, do you not realize what is happening?
Natural 20.
Oh,
Okay.
hell yeah.
I'm just
From your
Yes, I
insight here,
understand.
Headmaster Porig has a deep disdain for the Talthars and everything on the mainland in terms of their territory and such. You
Yes.
have an idea here that Porig is a pacifist and that they don't actually take vile actions against anyone or anything, really. And they're just living out their days as an old hermit, it seems. More to the story there. So you get your natural 20.
Natural 20, of course.
Still didn't really I had a specific thing I'm inciting, though, of whether or
we got
not
a
he's
nat
been
20.
there.
Are you talking about ever been there? I can't tell you
I
that.
said
even with a natural
recent. I
20.
said recently.
Recently, they have not been there. No.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So that okay. What you're giving me on the insight would say that. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Have you
Age.
ever had anyone go there on your behalf?
No. Not many of us Felgim wizards anymore.
Mr. Porig, where exactly are we?
I'll roll the d4 on that. That's going to make much difference.
16.
7. Yes.
Okay. 16 seems to be genuinely telling the truth and very saddened by the way that they voiced that there's not a lot of them left. Seems to be very troubled by that. Paz, you begin to speak out. We are
Yeah.
in the headmaster chambers. It is a pocket space in the interdimension. It is linked with the two towers. Tea, everyone. Tea begins to pour, and then Mage hands the cups individually to each of you.
That's
Thank you, sir.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Grabs the
Appreciate it.
I need someone to
quarterstaff
hold me down.
and
Please hold
their
me.
cup. They slowly sit down to the seats.
Sure.
I'm going to explode. Oh my
Leaning
god.
down the quarterstaff, you see as the fireplace is not lit. With anything, there's no wood. They look towards it. They like fake sneeze as it happens. Goes light with a purplish flame.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
And you're gonna
Alright.
be able to contain yourself?
Before we get into the question, just one more little thing. Would my passive insight show whether or not what he's doing is being put on as an act?
No. Seems like they're genuinely old. They're very weathered, this individual. And it seems like they're acting as they would normally do.
Okay.
Nothing tells you otherwise.
Okay. Cool.
I cannot believe that I am meeting the real Headmaster Porig. Oh my
You're
god.
welcome.
I have a question. Happy.
It-
Uh,
yes,
are you
my name's
are, are you
Wingsong.
going to keep acting like this because this is a little freaky? I gotta admit.
No,
Just-
no, he's just
it's-
excited.
You sure?
He's excited. He just give him a bit. He'll calm down. Maybe.
Maybe
If
maybe
not-
this tea will help me.
If
Hey, but-
not, and I'm going to hold up my hand, which is holding Wingsong's tail. I have my ways.
But
Oh
I
my
just want
God,
to say,
violence.
don't take anything from here. No souvenirs, nothing. You know, this is someone's home, and I have a feeling we shouldn't be taking anything. Just saying.
Well,
That
yeah, no shit.
should- Obvious.
I would never
So,
steal from Headmaster
Nara,
Porig.
you smoke up as you pull your pipe and begin to light it. You see his.
Sorry, I did that before they came to the couch. It just
So you're
I was like,
current-
I'm like, why am I not
Right.
sparkling? Anyway, it's fine. I can have just taken a hit. That's fine.
You see as Porik pulls out their pipe.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want?
Grabs it. Mine is a little
Offer.
bit more potent. Puts it in against the light with the fingers. As they breathe in, purple and pink cackling lightning sprouts from the pipe into their eyes. Oh, that's good. Yes.
Yeah, I'll take. If that's an offer, I will absolutely
Wow. Interesting indeed.
swap even.
Why
Oh,
does this feel like the 60s?
What
This
do I
hippies. This is
know?
hippie session right now. This is
Swap.
hippie session. I feel like I'm in college. Just like, oh yes.
I'd honestly shotgun it. That looked cool as hell.
you wouldn't all be the chosen ones, would you? Perhaps you're all just quite immune to divination magic by perhaps mistake.
I mean, yes and yes.
Is
We
it?
have been called
mean,
that.
Yeah, I mean both of those are true. But it is a mistake that we are chosen ones, and it is a mistake that we are immune to divination magic. But it is what it is.
A mistake?
We are immune. Wait a minute. That's news to me. We're immune to that?
Apparent, he just said so, and I think I've
Did
heard
you never
like
know?
Damodar did mention something about never being able to find us.
We're just name dropping right now.
Hey,
Hey, why
At this
not?
point, I'm pretty sure he knows who Damodar is.
It's
Sir, do you know who Damodar is?
Yes,
We just ask
I
him.
do, yes.
All right. He knows.
cool.
He
Were
was
you?
there. He was there for the purge.
I don't know why you're getting so huffy. I just think that we should not.
I do not know Damodar from the Purge. No,
I know, but it's,
Damodar.
you've lived long enough to know about him.
Yes. Well, and no.
Go on, bud. Why do you know him? And can I take a hit of that?
Oh, well.
As
You
he keeps like
can.
talking, keeps pulling it back.
yes.
You're
I'm
like, listen.
I'm afraid you have not been given any gifts yet. From the
I'm-
old one, this would most likely kill you.
That's fair.
Let me begin where I'd imagine that you all would be most curious about. Would you be all kind enough to hear an old gnome's tale?
I mean, we
Uh,
I
have
don't know.
time.
I don't know how to use the circle to get back. So yes.
Hit.
Out of game, we have 3 minutes. In game, absolutely.
Oh,
Next
yes.
time on
Well-
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We will go through the story in 3 minutes, I'd imagine. I don't know. I'll talk slow. Maybe, Haley, you'll have to stay a little bit later just to get some more lore, or we can wait till the next session. What will you decide?
Tomorrow and Tuesday are parent conferences. I've heard rumors, so I cannot stay later.
Someone, well, if that's the case, then I suppose the story will have to be till next session.
If I didn't have to be up bright and early talking to parents,
What if,
Excuse
what
me?
if, what if
Next
hearing
session?
the story now might get us enough XP to level up?
Oh my
We
god,
did-
do we
we-
have enough? Oh my
so
god.
greedy.
Just teasing.
that's God to us.
Just teasing.
We also did fight off like 8 undead lizards. So
we murdered the heck
It
out of
wasn't
it.
much of a
Alright.
fight.
I
All right,
see.
it
we-
wasn't much
Can't be
of
that
a
much
fight,
XP
but
for that.
We
Yeah, I
need
don't-
1,666 more XP. That's all I'm asking for.
I'm not sure if you know how challenging those monsters are.
Yeah,
They
it
really
really have to be
are.
like 1 or 2, right?
yeah, but it's mostly just the RP with that little extra tacked on.
We did a
Not
little
gonna be
bit.
enough.
Yeah, I just feel like my.
Yeah, no,
I
we're
feel
not
like
leveling
me.
up tonight.
I feel like me big braining
Just-
that deserves 1,000 XP right
No,
there.
just saying, we just need 1,666 more HP.
I mean,
XP.
I
not XP.
gesticulated my way into helping, and I'm pretty happy with that.
You do not know how proud and happy I am that I managed to big brain something for once.
I
I
mean, that
you
was
say
great.
big brained. It was kind of more stumbled upon with a gentle
Just
nudging.
don't take this
Yeah.
away from me, Kyle.
I'm not. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is
Can't
You
take
proved
away what
yourself.
you didn't earn.
the 2 times that I was not just chilling with Varys were the 2 times I had to deal with party members being assholes. So I don't know how I feel about
Mm-hmm.
If
Okay,
another
well-
one of my so-called friends tells me how awful or immoral or stupid I am, I'm going bad. I'm going bad.
Only
I will
one
double
person
check
told
your
you that. I don't know.
Your
no.
character
No.
and Soot.
Michael's taking time. Just maybe we're level up. I think he's checking his
Sir is
numbers.
the only one that told you that you were
You
immoral.
you had a whole thing when you were freaking out about the portal.
No,
might-
that's
Portal.
I thought.
Might have blacked out.
All right, no
You might
level
have been
up.
too excited.
1,271 experience each should put you at 84,605 experience total. And if you think I'm gonna get you there, you got another thing coming. We're in the upper levels, everyone.
Yep.
84,000.
Gotta earn it.
No,
You
now,
gotta-
now we know for a fact. Next session we will level up unless you
Advanced level up.
you cheat us of 395 XP.
Unless we
Hang
end the
out.
session, unless we end the session in combat. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah. Ooh.
All right.
No fighting.
All right. So if you're watching the stream, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. And we will be playing next week, even though it's Thanksgiving weekend and all that. So if you join us then, and come for this beautiful tale that this old gnome is going to speak of.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real
Gonna
nail
be-
biter.
It's
So
gonna be a real nail biter. So
We're only doing it because we're stuck here because we can't get out of the teleportation zone.
yeah, no way out.
Don't
Like
know
a-
how it works.
like a
Yeah,
true
one way to
elderly
get home.
person trapping you in a nursing home.
oh
And this
no.
reminds me about that one time I did
There's
that
no
one
there's
thing.
no candy except Werther's Originals.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Nothing
Werther's
wrong with it.
originals.
All right.
I also love
All right.
Werther's
So
originals.
I will say goodbye to everyone on the stream. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.
Ugh, ugh, ugh.